Welcome, welcome, welcome to Dope Check episode 26, featuring Ace, the Stocksman, Tactical, Rab, and Trey, Zero. Incredible week this week. A lot of storylines, a lot of narratives. We got breaking news that just came out right before the show. A lot to talk about this week, so let's hop into it. We're going to try to keep it concise, get through it, make it happen. This show, we're trying to not break 3 hours this week. We're going to try to keep it 2 hours somewhere in there. We'll try our best. Can't no promises, though. Rab, Trey, how you doing? What's going on? How do you feel about the week? Talk to me.
Fantastic as ever. Last weekend of online COD. Best thing is now, the next 3 things of COD that happen are all on LAN. No more online cheese. We go straight to Major 4, LAN, straight to the World Championship, LAN, straight to the Esports World Cup. Big drama, big storylines. Some teams making history over the last few days. And we'll get into that from a good and a negative perspective for some of these teams. And then we got some major breaking news hitting the timeline in terms of what the future of this league is going to look like. So, wow, what a week. Lots to talk about. Lots of questions on these teams. What's good, Trey?
What a day. Honestly, beautiful day in the UK. Everything went to plan for me today. It was absolutely stellar. Get to talk Call of Duty with two of my handsome gentlemen. Pretty tall guys too, if you guys are looking for anyone. And listen, crazy times in Call of Duty happening right now. Your favorite team sucks. We're locked in for the show.
Just like that, locked in, absolutely locked in. We're absolutely locked in.
We're absolutely locked.
Absolutely locked in. Let's get it. Hey, first things first. Breaking news hitting the TL, so let's jump right into that. We have this announcement that just hit Twitter. According to Sheep Esports, Cloud9 is set to acquire NYSL. We've heard speculations of other organizations, big ones that have been in Call of Duty in the past, wanting to return in. Cloud9 was part of the speculation. We had TSM part of the speculation as well. Big names in the esports world. First seemingly official merger going on here. Looking like it's going to affect the CDL, EWC, and things going ahead. First reactions from Rab or Trey. What do we think?
Yeah, this is an announcement which has maybe been a bit of a long time in the works, but it's a... Well, we don't know if this is going to be fully a thing yet, but the rumor is that this is basically going to be happening. It might not be quite finalized, but they're working on this being the case. It wasn't long ago we saw Minnesota Rocker effectively do a similar thing with G2, right? G2 did a similar thing to Rocker. They partnership, acquisition, whatever you want to say. They're kind of part of that umbrella. This is likely, at least to some degree, Esports World Cup inspired. That's what is talked about here, that they will effectively make Subliners their Cloud9 team for the Esports World Cup, given they're a partner in that. And then for next season, it's probably just going to become Cloud9 entirely. At least that's the current rumor. So there are questions on what this means for the Subliners, the ownership over there, just because these ownership groups, they put the money in, they didn't put all the money in, they put some of the money in. They have now got it back, or maybe it's coming back, right? Activision have said, all right, we're going to pay you back out. So the spot in the league is not really worth anything as it previously was. Although, you know, there's some kind of discussion on exactly how the relationship works now between the teams. But we've known for some time there's interest. We've talked about TSM on the show before, being interested in spots. The thing that on the surface kind of stands out to me as being interesting is the fact that it's the Subliners, an organization that you might have expected to be in a position to commit for the longer term. They've done pretty well. They won the World Championship last year. If there was an organization that I would be hoping was getting bought out or taken over or whatever, it would be some of the poverty orcs, right? Like, the frustrating point is that if Cloud9 came through and they bought out, Vegas Legion, and they said, all right, we're going to partner and eventually take over you guys, they might make that into a competitive team. New York are already kind of competitive, right? So I think there's quite a lot to say, though, because Cloud9 will not be happy to just settle for, fourth or whatever. This might have some implications for what, Hydra's position is, especially if there's weird contractual stuff that happens. So really fascinating. Those are just kind of my initial impressions when I saw it.
I mean, listen, the best thing for Cloud9 or any team that wants to partner or take over from an org, a top org like New York 2, is the fact they already have Hydra. You don't have to fight for a player of that caliber because he's already there. And I'm going to assume he's on a 1+1, so he's here next year too.
Can
so
confirm. Can
in
confirm.
that there you go. It's confirmed. There you go. So basically, they don't have to fight for a new team like that. So obviously, Rab, you'd want to see them take over a Carolina or Ravens. Let's just say that. You know, terrible org like that. Yeah, that's terrible org like that. So they don't have to fight for players. Everyone wants to play with Hydra. Every good player wants to play with Hydra. So they're gonna have the pick of the bunch from there if they want to create a super team. A few players are probably gonna get dropped from there too. Obviously now that's just the way it is. If they don't win champs, I think we can all agree on that too. And I don't think this is the first thing you're gonna hear about this. I think there's gonna be a few orgs coming in doing this. One, because of the spots basically worth nothing, like Rab said, there's no 27 mil cost there, so you don't have to cover that and the extras. Also, this Saudi Arabia thing is actually really big for the organizations in it, because I'm going to assume they're going to get paid the bag. So, you know, I feel like you're going to see a lot more of this happen in the next couple of coming months. You're going to see maybe 1 or 2 more. And this isn't intel that I have. This is just me strictly spitballing some ideas that will probably come out. But it wouldn't surprise me if some of the lesser orgs too, you know, do give up their spot as well or partner in some way.
Yeah, so when I took a look through this, the actual article straight from Sheep Esports, who is the source for a lot of the reports that we're getting, it's actually exactly how Trei's presenting it. It's an invite to EWC and then plans to take over the team as from the parent NYXL next season, actually. So this year it's pretty much unaffected until EWC. They secured himself an invite to the Call of Duty section, and then next year Cloud9 will be in the COD League officially with NYSL. I was speaking actually to someone yesterday about this, but I think this Saudi tournament, people aren't really giving it the full fortitude about how important it is. Showcasing that even if the American support for esports goes away, that there's still an international market that's willing to put up hundreds of millions of dollars to support the esports scene is a massive development to make money and to monetize esports into the future. Right? Because a lot of people only think of it as the American side or the European side. But if there's another market that's not struggling financially or economically, this actually makes esports viable again. And Cloud9 coming in to purchase NYSL and to get into this EWC, it's major proof that, I know some people may have moral conflicts with the Saudi stuff, but as the esports scene as a whole, I think we should show it a lot more importance and respect for the fact that this makes esports a viable possibility going into the future, no matter what happens here or in the quote unquote Western world. So pretty big news. I don't know, pretty big news. NYSL getting acquired by Cloud9. It's a big deal.
This is my opinion on it. Yeah, some people have got it, like, you know, the issues with the moral side of things of it. But you guys got to understand, for esports to survive, it needs money. Guess who has a lot of fucking money? Those guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They have a lot of money, like, and they like esports. They love video games. So it kind of balances out.
One of the things I'd say on this real quick, because I think, like, I agree in large part. I just think that I hope this isn't another case where esports organizations see a bag and then they end up being fiscally irresponsible as a result. Because this has happened a couple of times now where the money starts to flow in esports and all of a sudden the orgs like massively overspend and over leverage themselves. It's like what happened pre-2020 and even 2020, 2021. Loads of VC money flooding in, and the organizations, instead of saying, okay, how do we actually make this a viable business, they would just spend so much fucking money and waste it a lot of the time. And all of a sudden, at some point, the chickens come home to roost. So, you know, I'm hoping that the organizations learn the lesson from that and they say, okay, we've got money coming in from a different source. Let's actually be a bit more responsible with it this time, rather than massively overextending and trying to actually build proper viable businesses. Because you can't do it in esports. Like, it is possible for these organizations to structure themselves in a way to actually be viable businesses long term, rather than just effectively getting subsidies from whoever is giving out the money at that particular time. The other point that I would make on the Cloud9 thing is whether it's going to be still called the New York Subminers. Just because if I'm Cloud9, or if, let's say, if I'm G2, do I really want, maybe it doesn't matter, but you know, I want my team in the COD League to be called Cloud9, right? That's literally my org. Because who's associating Cloud9 with New York subliners?
You can't do that though.
Well, you can't do that at the moment, of course. But, you know, I wonder if there's discussions being held on this. Because if I'm Cloud9, if I'm partnering or buying the subliners, just to be called the subliners the whole year in the league, and then one event a year they get to play for Cloud9 at the Esports World Cup, don't know if that's a real trade-off that I want to have. Like, if I'm Cloud9, I'm talking to the league and I'm saying, hey, like, we want to be Cloud9. What sort of relationship can we come up with here? Because there's been talk about, you know, OpTic Texas, could they just go back to being OpTic Gaming again? Does this whole localization thing, is it a necessity? Can we drop it? Is there a reason to keep it? You know, and I think if this happens in more orgs, right, like if Cloud9 come in, if TSM come in, if some other organizations, even Falcons, right, like if Team Falcons come in, which I've heard for now a couple of years that even going back pre-CDL, there was interest from the Saudis to get into this thing. And Falcons are now leading the charge in like every other esport along this line. So I'm sure they're at least considering, you know, a spot like Los Angeles Guerrillas, does it not make a lot of sense for like Falcons to come in and buy those guys out? But they don't want to be, like, Falcons don't want to buy Guerrillas and have to sit there in the league and call themselves Los Angeles Guerrillas all year. And nobody wants that.
Los Angeles Falcons sounds hard. I'm not gonna lie. Los Angeles Falcons.
Yeah,
sounds
okay,
nice.
maybe you can change the name, but also like the Falcons want to be associated with LA and all the, you know, fuck no, they don't. They want to be Team Falcons. So it's to me, it's only a matter of time.
I wish we could get away from it all. I think the city bait, like, it's cool. It sounded cool at the time, but like, imagine having the old names back, man. FaZe Clan, OpTic Gaming.
It will happen. I genuinely think it's just a matter of time.
No, 100%. It's 100% gonna happen. I think this model somewhat failed, and well, let's just all agree with it. Horrendously failed.
It was a bunch of
cool
VC
concept.
guys. It was a bunch of VC guys who had no idea how esports work, coming in with a lot of money, thinking that, oh, we're gonna just spend money on what works on other normal traditional sports staff, and we're gonna make this work for esports. And then clearly, we've seen after several years, even the guys who came in with the most money, like NYSL, right, this NYXL company, even they had to let go of staff, trim down their budgets. Even they had to, you know, adjust rosters and things of that such, cut contract prices. So it's people did it kind of wrong. I think we got to get back to people who know COD, know esports. Adam Apicella, right? We need people who are from the homeland of esports to come back in and fix the problems, because otherwise, we've seen the last few years how it can fail and how money can just be burned absolutely by doing this the wrong way. But jumping ahead, Cloud9, yeah.
Riyadh Riders, that's what they're going to be called. Falcons new team, Riyadh Riders.
The Riyadh
Raiders.
The Riyadh Raiders. The Riyadh Raiders is pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We'll jump ahead though. Anyone else final thoughts on Cloud9? I think we've covered it all pretty much. We're good there.
Yeah, good.
Good. Excited to see what they do there. We have a clip here of Octane, right? Talking a little bit about the worst CDL pro and the biggest flop of this year. Let's take a watch this clip. Put the volume for you guys.
Biggest flop of the year? Probably someone from New York, like Sib Kiz. Something like that. Just from the expectations they had prior to the season. Ace-Mon Vegas. Yeah, but he only had a couple series. Yeah, GodRx only had a couple series too. Maybe Ace-Mon Vegas, GodRx, Wake. Yo, wait, low key, it might be Wake. Either, okay, biggest flop is someone from New York, like Sib or Kiz, and then fucking Wake, bro. Holy shit.
Damn. Okay.
But when we say it, we get roasted.
Yeah.
Crazy, huh?
When we say it, we get blocked on Twitter.
Yeah, Octane's not getting blocked. We might get blocked, but he's not getting blocked for anything he says. Do we agree, though? Biggest flop, chat, also you guys, do we agree? Put in the comments, right? Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and put in the comments right now, who's the biggest flop of the year? I want to know from YouTube as well, man.
Biggest flop is probably a more interesting question, because, like, worst pro kind of doesn't take into account expectations.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because worst pro, I think he's probably right. The GodRx probably by the numbers was the worst. Okay, didn't play that many games. Asim obviously was down there. There's a few others that were down there.
Yeah, like, respectfully, I think if we're talking like Awakening, and you know, I feel like we've got to put someone from Boston on there, which I'd put Stoopy or Priester.
Was the expectation that high though?
I mean,
Sleepy has flopped, hasn't he? Really, if you think about it. Like if
you've
think
really
of,
got listen.
If I think about it, he's been flopping for about 9 months now.
Well, like because Priester hasn't really flopped in the sense that like
I'm not saying he's flopped,
he's been worse than
like,
expected, but a flop kind of implies big hype for a good season from an individual, right?
Yeah, that's the flop talk. But if we're talking like, I'm not saying he's the worst CDL player, but we got to speak about some Boston players. There's no way you can go on a 15 loss streak and not be on the worst CDL pro list.
But is worst CD in this clip is the worst CDL pro? He doesn't really touch on that too much. It's more the flop, right? So would you say that it's someone on Boston's the biggest flop of the year?
I mean, there's some interesting people because people are talking about like Envoy and stuff in the chat. I think people are saying Pred are kind of faded.
Yeah, Pred
and also Envoy.
No, Pred.
It's like, okay, has Envoy underperformed what we expected from him slightly? Probably,
he had a really bad stage. But
they've won an event.
He won an event.
Top seed for the major.
I feel like if you won an event, you're clear. You're cleared for the year.
He won an event and he got second at an event.
Pred could go down at the end of the year as a flop. Like if he really falls off hard, it's possible. Just given like the expectation on him, especially joining the team. But also he won an event.
No, Pred.
So
no, I'm not accepting this bullshit.
I don't think you can really say Pred.
Envoy won an event and he got second at the last event. Good job. Then freaking OpTic won an event, this last event, and AG still has like a top 5 control KD. His S&D is pretty shit right now, but he's had a top, S&D KD as well. Like, what are we talking about here? Biggest flop.
The guy, the guy that I put on my list.
Who? Fucking fellow? Who's on your list?
Nah, Kismet, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was leaving
my boy Kismet. Because like, I think that's kind of fair, right? Like, if you look at the top teams, there was expectation, especially with New York's roster change, that they would at least win some event this year. And it doesn't look like they're going to do it. And they've just come 7th seed in this stint of qualifiers. And on an individual level, Kismet's been, far below where he was last year. There was expectation, I think, that Kismet would keep up a 1.0 level and be a real bedrock behind Hydra. That's not been the case. I think earlier in the year I might have said Sib. Even Skies has been a bit underwhelming, I think, but I wouldn't say he's flopped precisely. Sib is more of a candidate in the sense that obviously there was expectation that he would really perform well. And I would say that probably 2 months ago I'd have said like Sib has flopped, but I think he's really played well over the last few weeks.
We can talk about Wake, we could talk about GodRx, we could talk about RCEs.
You know what?
That's not a bad show.
Yeah, Alec, it's got to be, to me, it's not Sib, because Dante has had series where he's dropping good numbers, and especially recently, he's been on a tear. So, like, obviously that's some recency bias, of course, but even before that, he was still giving you something. It wasn't what you expected, but it was something. GodRx, Asim,
Afro's up there.
Kismet, Afro, Alec, I think that's a good shout, honestly, for one of the most biggest hypes that then died out very quick.
Pentagram.
Illy's a good one too, right? You could say Illy himself.
Pentagram was not hyped though. Like, let's
No, Wait. What was
I don't want to say. I mean,
we came on the show and said Pentagram was the worst pickup of all time, and you're saying that was the hype?
No. But this whole.
I did think of Cavi actually.
Listen, this take isn't who was hype. It's who was a flop.
Right, but you have to have hype to flop, bro. Like a first round draft pick. He has the hype. First round draft pick flops. If you have no expectations,
like
you can't
Assault was
flop.
asked this year, but I don't think Assault flopped. Like Assault did what I thought he would do.
Yes, exactly, right? Alec was like, we're expecting some good of him. He's back with Hook. He got Illy. He got a team now.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, yeah.
So it's got to be someone that's flawed, not the worst.
I think a flop just fucking.
I don't think Cammy was that bad, man.
I don't think a flop has to have hype. You just fucking. You're a professional player. There's your fucking hype. No.
No, it's not a flop as well.
Maybe true.
Bro, you are the top 48th player in the fucking world. You're 0.01%.
But then we just then you just go to the KD rankings
It,
and then you just say,
it might
okay,
have
well,
to
this
be
guy's
actually
the
God
worst,
RX.
so.
If God RX won Challengers Champs, had the best KD at Challengers Champs, I'm pretty sure.
He was good last time he was in the league as well. Yeah, that actually might be.
Yeah, it actually might be God RX just because he literally had the best KD in Challengers Champs. He was frying. And then he comes in and has the worst KD. So he might have the biggest expectation to drop off.
I mean, I think Asims is worse, to be honest with you. If we're gonna go that route, I think Asim winning the first event, getting all the hype from everyone, joining Boston, not really winning series on their team, and then going to fucking Legion straight after, and then dropping the absolute worst, that's got to be up there too.
Yeah, there's a few arguments for who it could be, but I think we've come to final picks. I think I'm God RX. I think Rab is Kismet, and you've got to be Asim. I think it's our final picks for biggest flop. Of the year.
I'm going Snoopy, bro.
Oh shit, that should be damn. You're taking my whole vibe, bar for bar. What are you doing?
Listen, I think collectively we should all be Snoopy. One, worst roster, worst the team has done, worst win streak has ever happened. Had the hype of being like a Shottzy, a Huke, prime Huke. Shottzy had that hype around him. We had Douglas Sensor Martin popping on as a shadow GM saying he's one of the greatest. He's going to be a great. Flopped.
I feel Trei's cooked on this.
All right, we'll let that rock.
I love the amount of different opinions though that people have had, just in the chat and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of sparked a good conversation just in the chat even too. So, proceeding from there, let's continue on. We have this clip from Scrap, which if you were here on Friday, we did talk about, but I think it's worth bringing forward to give us a good transition into what we're going to talk about next as well. Let's watch this. Scrap speaks on potentially not going green. So,
if
BO6 go back to 5v5, we've seen you go green. Bro, I hope COD never goes back to 5v5. And no, you won't be seeing me go green.
He can't work on the bottom side. He can't push his way out through middle. That B side.
If BO6 go back.
I mean, pretty straightforward how he approaches the question. Pretty straightforward. I appreciate him also saying, screw 5v5. Pretty happy about that. But it's kind of clear cut, especially from, again, my intel that I know. Scrap still has another year left in his contract, so I think he's kind of alluding more to that than his interest in OpTic. I think if OpTic offered him the bag, he would probably go. But I think it's a good speculation. In your guys' opinion, Trey, Rab, do we ever see Scrap go green?
I think eventually Scrap goes green, but yeah, go on.
I feel like I've watched the same video for the past 6 weeks.
He has been saying this a lot. He has been shutting it down, to be fair, compared to when Pred did it last year. But obviously that was a different story.
Well, I'm going to be real, bro. Listen, Pred knows he wasn't on the greatest team in the game. Scrap believes he can be on the greatest team in the game in terms of they can win events. They've shown they can win an event this year. They've shown they can, compete again. They've got out of the slump they was in. And... he's not going to sit on stream and be like, yeah, man, if COD goes 5v5s, yeah, of course I'd go to OpTic, bro. Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Why not? All Hex has to do is hit my line. Imagine what Toronto would say.
Yeah,
Adam who sat there like, you what? You going to do what now? Come on.
I mean, ZooMaa's left nut says, I find it pathetic you guys are begging for Scrap go to OpTic. That is literally the last thing that I want to happen. I would be very annoyed if Scrap went to OpTic because it creates excellent storylines. We need the personalities to be spread around the top teams.
Has any of us said that he wants to go to OpTic? I mean, Ace does just because he thinks he's a face of the league.
Oh, I mean, yeah, okay, no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're kind of right. I do want him to go to OpTic just because it makes the most sense for him, the face of the league, to be on the brand or the team that's the face of the league. I think that's just a sensible play. But if I saw him stay on Toronto, I think it's good for the balance of the league more than anything else. More like the personality balance. Him being on Toronto gives Toronto some star power. He leaves Toronto, Insight, Kleenex, Envoy. Even if Hydra, for example, was just to go to fucking create the 4-man in Toronto, they wouldn't have the content pieces they have now. They wouldn't have the same interest in their team as they have now. Competitively, they would, but brand-wise, they wouldn't. That's what Scrap gives me, and that's why I think he needs to be on OpTic eventually.
I think my question, like the reason why I brought this up, was more so because of like what Scrappy would think about it right now. Because I think for the last couple of years, if you get the OpTic offer, hypothetically, and assuming that you don't have a FaZe offer, because if you have a FaZe offer, then obviously that's always going to be a bit of a 50-50 in many people's eyes. But let's say for Scrappy, it's like, okay, he's an unrestricted free agent, no contract stuff to think about. He probably has contract stuff to think about. But let's say he doesn't. He's a complete free agent at the end of this year. He can either stay on Ultra or OpTic say, hey, we want to bring you in. Like, what do you do at that point, given the current state of OpTic, I think is my point. Like, I wonder if Scrappy and Hydra, like, is there anything about the way that OpTic are currently performing? Okay, I know it's an online split, but there's a consistency in the trend at OpTic over the last several years. Whatever you want to say from like a cultural perspective, that every 2 years they'll get a big win and then they'll fall off, and it almost looks like the organization is cursed. Something bad will happen, and all of a sudden they're like mentally checked for weeks at a time. And it feels like even with Karma there as the coach, even with Kenny now there are still signs of what OpTic fans have been going through for the last like decade, where things will go wrong and they can't regain. So I'm Scrappy, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, I know that going up to OpTic is great, but actually, is it really the most sensible option? Like, am I just going to be, you know, another cog in this perennially turning machine of mediocre results?
Does anyone know Tupac Thug Lord's Twitter? What it is?
Isn't it X2Pac?
X
underscore?
Two.
I think it's X2Pac.
Pac. There it is. Okay. It's actually funny because you mentioned there's a curse on them. Tupac Thug Lord.
Oh yeah, he said he put a curse. This guy, man.
He said himself that he put a curse on OpTic's S&D for Pred's actions after he called him out and told him he was shit and all that. So I'm just saying OpTic curse is real, because there is a curse on them from FaZe's S&D coach. I want to put that out there. I don't know if we have any thoughts on this, but
this is main character syndrome right here, but I respect it.
Ever since this happened, no bullshit. It never. I don't think they've won a series since this happened. They haven't won an S&D since this happened.
I think Scrappy would look at the OpTic offer if he got it and was like, I'm Scrappy. I'm the best player in the game. I'm gonna go over there and change that team.
I think I agree.
That's what you got to look at. Like, I feel like we got to, like, players have belief in themselves, and he has way more belief in himself than a lot of other players, in my opinion. And he believes he could go over there and turn it into a championship winning team. Yeah, they have a lot of issues right now. Don't want to say I was going to be correct on this again, because, you know, I'm always right. But I did say this when they got back from the MWIII, that I felt like they were going to have issues, just because no. When you see other teams win, you know, I feel like they get home and they lock straight back in. All right, FaZe, for example, they go back, you know, they're straight back to it. Ultra, after their MWIII win, they were straight back to it. OpTic, they weren't straight back to it. And I feel like
they want to press
that kind of harmed them in a way. And they just haven't fully recovered. Now they're just getting beaten and bruised and battered. And everyone's getting the OpTic coin now. That's what they're known as. You know, we've had the Vegas coin, the Boston coin, now it's the OpTic coin. And I'm seeing a lot of hate on Twitter for them all too. Like,
OpTic coin is crazy, man.
You never thought you'd hear it, but
crazy.
I'm seeing a lot of hate on Twitter from them and everything like that. And the fans are calling for people to be dropped and everything like that. Listen, Toronto were in a slump too. They were still winning games. They weren't doing as bad as OpTic were, but Toronto in a slump too. It's easy. It's not hard to get out of a slump, but the things they have to work on, it's fixable. I mean, that's just the way it is. But I think Scrappy would look at that team and be like, yeah, slot me in there. I'll win this championships. We're locked in.
Yeah. Let's watch this clip really quick. Then I have a point just about the changes between each major this year that I think people are understating or I don't know. I think they're understating how important it is. But let's take a look at this. Dashy 1v4ing Shottzy and Pred. Jesus.
I played that like a bird. One shot P2.
Microphone muted.
Behind you. I can't die anymore, chat.
He's fine.
Oh, close. Oh, you win these. You got this. You win these.
Wait, Pac.
Who Pac, bro?
That's bomb down on that guy. That's you, Get into play B.
Is bombs in spawn?
Oh my god! Come on, Brandon! Hold on here!
Hold on, Brandon.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god, let's go. Come on.
That nigga Brando
Domino's for
cooking.
free, baby.
Nigga Brando.
I don't know. If your team's in a slump and you're getting 1v4 by your teammate and you're seeing your teammate sleeping, Trey, how does that make you feel if you're in a S&D slump and you see your S&D teammates just absolutely slumped like that? What happens?
The vibes are all off. I'm texting the team chat. Why the fuck don't you do that in actual matches? Like, shit is off the. It's hit the fan. Team's blowing up on the spot. Because I'm Brandon. I'm texting the team chat. Yo, what the fuck you guys doing, bro? Like having a laugh, and then they're gonna get angry, and then yeah. I'm a troll though.
Yeah. But you troll into practice, I'm sure, the next day and just be trolling them for getting fucking horked on like that. Pretty.
I don't. The vibes probably ain't all there for that, so he probably didn't do that. To be honest with you, it's probably not.
It's not the time, not the place for it right now.
Yeah.
The reason why I threw this in though is more about like, because we know they're struggling in search. Obviously, we'll get into the weeds on that in a second.
Yeah.
But of all the players that are playing eights, the OpTic guys, maybe with the exception of Kenny, but like this eights lobby was a couple of amateur players, Tupac, Sib, Draza, and then Pred, Shottzy, Dashy. That was the eights lobby here. So in obviously search and destroy eights. So you see, obviously Draza's always grinding. Sib's grinding. Tupac's obviously going to grind as FaZe's search coach, a couple of amps, and then you've got the three OpTic guys. And I guess it has raised the question because they were obviously grinding some search and destroy to try and get better at it, but they've not got better at it. Like they were still awful at it this week. So people have raised the question: is Dashy, Shottzy, Pred, etc., grinding search and destroy 8 actually helping them, or is it teaching them bad tendencies? Because everyone knows, like 8s, I think generally help in respawn, but everyone knows that search and destroy 8s, you ain't playing like you play in real matches. And watching OpTic search and destroy play over the last couple of weeks, it's got to be said they play like an 8s team a lot of the time. They just run at some shit, drop a smoke, run through that shit. Like, so it does make me wonder whether the fact that those boys are grinding search and destroy 8 is actually being counterproductive to their success. Certainly the fact that they're doing it together. Like if it's just Draz playing on his own, he's just effectively grinding the game. But when you've got like 3 of the guys in the same lobby playing, like I actually am not sure that's the best use of time when it comes to improving search and destroy. It's almost certainly not, actually.
This is my take on it. And I said this take before. The players that don't grind S&D 8s, I'm not saying they're going to be better at S&D or worse at S&D. I think 8s, Money 8s S&D sucks. I think it does. One, because every CDL team plays differently. You go in those 8s, you look at those 8s, it's someone just trying to make a play 24/7. Someone gets first blooded in a crazy random spot. You're like, oh, how the hell did I die there? You even watched 8s with like Tupac and Pred and stuff like that. Motherfuckers just running in smokes, hip firing. You know, it's just a big fuckfest. I think if you can differentiate the two, like Draza does, Draza differentiates the two. He knows which is 8, he knows when his team's playing, everything like that. But when you watch OpTic play S&D, it's like a big 8s lobby anyway. You know, they turn it into an 8s lobby. And OpTic were good at S&D. They were good at clutching at Major 2. And like you said, Rob, I'm not saying it's going to harm them or anything like that. I just think, I believe 8s creates bad tendencies, even respawn 8s, in my opinion. It's just not, you don't particularly try, and if you play so many of them, like, obviously, the brain is going to adapt to what you're doing over and over and over again. If you play 6 hours at S&D 8 tonight and then load into an S&D scrim the next day, you're going to be a little bit different, in my opinion, anyway.
Do you think that can apply to practice as well? After you win an event, let's say, for example, you're just like, you know, you go into practice, you're playing, you're like, we're not going to, either you're not taking it too seriously, you're kind of saying, oh yeah, they beat us in a few maps, man, it's online, it's practice, who cares, when we get to land, we're gonna fry them. Do you think that can create just as many bad tendencies?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we all had this discussion after OpTic 1 Major 2. We all agreed they didn't even look that good at Major 2. They were just clutching left, right, and center. They had a really good Sunday, but the Saturday Thursday, and it just didn't look good. They weren't the best team there, in my opinion. They were just clutching up in S&Ds, and that was literally carrying the tournament. Dashy, I think, got MVP for that tournament just for truly getting them to the Sunday, like how they were.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great Sunday performance from them. I just said it to someone in the chat. They blew everyone away on the Sunday and then didn't continue that performance when they got back. They didn't play when they got back properly. I'm pretty sure they played like 1 or 2 scrims going into that weekend of games, if I'm not mistaken. I think Shottzy even said it when after their match. And, I'm concerned for OpTic because this is a bad stage. And not only is there no fans at the next stage.
Next major,
that's it. Next major. All the fans are shitting on them.
Yeah, they're not really happy with them right now either.
This is why it's like it's the best and the worst when you're an OpTic. Like when you're winning, it's the best. When you're losing, it's not the org you want to be on because you're just getting clowned on all the time. And it just, there's obviously multiple reasons where OpTic have struggled here, but one of them is like this clear mental spiral that they've been on. Like you listen to their listenings, you watch their body language, you hear the way that the players are talking about each other. Certainly Kenny's tweet that we'll see in a second. Like you start to get this picture that it's very swiftly become not all sunshine and rainbows behind the scenes. And then you start to overthink things. You're thinking, okay, why aren't we playing at this level? How can we get back to the point that we need to be at? And all of a sudden, you're in a real predicament. You don't trust each other anymore. That's what Skunt was talking about. And then it's not just the search and destroy at that point. It's then the respawn that falls off. But this is crazy, right? I mean, like, we've got to be straight up here. This is genuinely the worst stint that OpTic have had, probably in their history as an organization. Like, genuinely. The longest ever streak they went on of losses was 10 in a row back in Ghosts. But Clayster was on Twitter today talking about how for most of those series they were getting DDoSed, so it was kind of fraudulent. Whereas these are like official CDL games. They've now lost 6 straight. And none of them have really been especially close in the grand scheme of things.
And one of them was to break Boston Breach's loss record. Let's not forget. One of them was to
this was the worst
break
shit,
Boston Breach's loss record. What?
Bro, like, it honestly, going into the day, I just had a feeling when this match was on that something was gonna happen here, man. And like, OpTic used to have this excuse of like, it's never an excuse, but they used to say this quite often, like, oh, we came out slow. You remember that. They used to say this shit for years. But like, in many of the series that OpTic have lost this season, they ain't coming out slow. They won the game 1. They had a pretty good game 1. And then they lose the search and it all collapses. Like, the fact that they allowed Boston to break their search and destroy loss streak and now might take it from them is just absurd.
Not only just that too. Chats. We just say anything here for engagement. I mean, you could go ahead and say what your feelings too.
Please he said none were close. They went to 4 game 5s. And what do I say? It doesn't matter how many game 5s you go to, they are still in losers bracket. If you're going still all losses.
If you're
losing to Minnesota, fucking Boston and shit teams like this in game 5, like, I'm not giving you any credit for that. And a lot of the time they were just playing shit COD. Like, okay, you're telling me it was close, and then you're watching them go up by 100 points against Boston game 4 Vista Hardpoint or Rio Hardpoint and just bottle the fuck out of it. Like, that's just embarrassing. Like, there's no two ways about it.
Yeah.
And Boston got shit on the next day by Carolina Royal Ravens. Like, let's not pretend that OpTic are better than they look right now.
Yeah,
I think.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think everyone's not looking at it how we look at it. All right, we're looking at it as everyone sees it as OpTic. They're in a slump, whatever like that. We're looking at it as OpTic, even in their slump. Toronto, even in their slump, were beating the teams they should beat, or even though it was last map or whatever like that. OpTic should, even if they go up last map, they should still win these series.
Yeah. I agree 100%. Again, people are discounting the fact that they won the major on a lot of clutches and a lot of like last minute heroics, right? So that's one thing to remember. They didn't win it on how Toronto won major 1, where it was dominance, purely basically just across the board dominance, and they clearly were the better team, OpTic won it in heroic fashion. First off. Secondly, the loss, if you compare slumps, you compare Toronto's slump post-Major 1, you compare FaZe's slump post-Major 2, if there barely was one, you compare OpTic's slump for Major 3. The slumps are a different scale of shit. Let's be clear about that as well. This slump that OpTic is on is historically bad of a slump. After doing a historic, heroic win, they're on a historic slump. In S&D specifically, but across the board, one of the worst OpTic teams in general. That's why we're pointing this out. It's not being haters when you're pointing out the truth of the matter. We also have this clip that PD shared with us. It's on the Reddit, called Competitive Reddit. JP joins the breakdown for the 1v2 and shuts down any claims of them being complacent, as well as gives his take on why OpTic Stage 4 struggle. It's kind of a long clip, but we'll watch a bit of it and cut through it a little bit, okay? Turn up the volume a little bit for everybody.
Well, let's get into it. We don't want to bombard you with questions, obviously.
And there's I mean, anything's fair game. Like
anything's fair game.
What do you want to talk about? Respawn search. Like, honestly, like we had a lot of talks after, or like just.
Hey, the way he's sitting is he's prime time for a slip. I'm just saying, the way he's sitting is very dangerous. I just want to say, OpTic, y'all gotta address this sitting situation right now when a guy's wearing shorts.
He's wearing tight Calvins. He'll be sweet. He's like me.
Now after the match, I think what you guys were saying on the couch before was like pretty warranted. It's to me, like looking from outside perspective, and Damon, it's a confidence thing at first, and it all kind of stems from that. But like the one thing I do want to say is, I don't want to hear anything about like anyone being content with this or complacency or whatever. Like I feel like we're working as hard, or if not harder than before the major, to try and get this back on track, because like, obviously no one's in a situation where we're like trying to not do well. Like we are trying our hardest to like actively improve this.
That was already one of my questions, but just have you guys been playing more or less since the major? And dude, sometimes overplaying is a thing. Like chat was saying, and they were like kind of spot on, but they were like, yo, go take a team vacation, which obviously you can't do right now, but sometimes a little break from the game can go a long way. Do you think it's like not an overplaying thing, but do you think like, I don't know, just talk to me about how much you guys have been practicing.
I mean, we've been practicing just, I mean, the same amount, but more so like contingent on some more VOD stuff. So maybe I guess you could say like an overwatching thing could be possibly a thing.
Overwatching is definitely a thing. Yeah,
like because I've seen that in previous teams that I've had before too, where it's like, you know, people keep bringing up mistakes in VOD, and it's like, okay, is now this person like they don't want to make a play because they don't want to make mistakes, because they don't want to be called out in
because they watched the VOD and they took it too like, serious.
At a certain point, we all have to be content with each other to improving what we want to do. Because at a certain point, I mean, you guys have both been there, where it's like, you know, you're not doing too well in scrims, but like I wouldn't even say I mean, I would say maybe like the week before we weren't like as ourselves in scrims, but this past week was like honestly like a pretty decent scrim week for us. So going into that Boston match, that was kind of surprising for us that like we didn't do well and kind of reverted back.
We were all surprised when we lost to Boston.
But you guys know in practice, like if you want to get something done in terms of like actually improving one certain aspect, whether it's, you know, refilling this or flowing this way, like you're going to keep hammering that in until 100%. It gets fixed, right? And then if it doesn't get fixed, doing in scrims.
And just towards the end of the year, I mean, Zen, I'm just going to shoot another question off if you're...
Please. I mean, honestly,
how much...
This one's like more so for him to just...
Oh, go ahead, yeah.
You know, like, I don't have a question. I'm saying, like, go ahead, but, like, I feel like what you're saying is very relatable as, like, a former player. And it's like, I think anybody saying the boys are complacent and not practicing enough, like, bro.
Yeah, like, the complacency, like, oh, we should drop this person, like, this person needs to get replaced. Like, dude. We literally just won the major. That's the biggest thing for us, where it's like, we know we have the potential.
Oh, we've been shutting chat down.
That's the hardest part for us as like a whole team, because it's like everyone's on the same page. Like, we know we have the potential if we like get past this, like this little.
I'm gonna pause it there. 3 minutes and 30. You know, kind of watched a lot of it. It's a long clip. It's a big question. They ask him a lot. Trey clearly has a visceral reaction to this clip, so I'm gonna let Trey take
Nah,
the baton.
nah, it's nothing to do with that. But I refuse all 12 teams are fucking frying in scrims.
I mean, according to sources, OpTic have been falling off in scrims lately. That's what Ben J. Nassim said. He was like, their scrim results have not been as good in the last couple of weeks, which is obvious. I mean, let's be real.
Bro, every time you hear a team, scrims are going great, honestly. Like, we're frying. So who's not frying?
Someone's getting shit on.
Someone's getting fucking cooked, bro. There is no way all 12 teams are frying in scrims. I refuse to believe it. Everyone's doing great in scrims. No one's got a thing wrong with them in scrims. Not a soul. I also think it stems down to, you know, you hear players talk about it's hard to play other teams. We don't try against other teams because they're not that good. I think a lot of it stems down to that too. I guarantee OpTic are trying against those teams now. Especially now.
I think the biggest takeaway from what he's saying that I hear is it seems like through VOD review, them overthinking. When I hear that, when I've heard teams watching VOD and potentially overthinking or getting worse, usually that coincides with some player disagreeing with another player about the VOD or what to do or the situation or whatever it may be. So in my mind, what I'm hearing is that there's players probably disagreeing about what's going wrong or what they should do in certain situations.
You bring up Kenny's tweet, I think this will
Sure.
kind of make your point. Because I absolutely agree that the problem kind of stems here from a confidence perspective. Like, I think you get into this downward spiral as a team when things don't start to go your way. It's like Gersh made a point in chat earlier. Is it them getting checked out made them lose, or them losing made them checked out? Like, it's kind of a bit of both, but you get this kind of vicious cycle. And the way that I look at it is that I called OpTic, and I would still stand by this, the best OpTic team they've formed since the Dynasty from a peak performance perspective. And we absolutely saw that when they won the major on that Sunday, where they played untouchable Call of Duty. They know they've got that in there somewhere. We know they've got that in there somewhere. The question is, can they ever get back to that? Because sometimes you capture lightning in a bottle once and it's difficult to replicate. I think they can. The question is, what do they need to do to get back to that point? Because I've seen them play at that type of level. Yes, the game's a bit different nowadays, but they were playing so full of confidence on that Sunday. Like, Pred especially, I think, is a massive confidence player. And I think what JP's kind of alluding to and what Kenny's alluding to here is the fact that they've been struggling a bit, which happens. They go back and watch the VOD. Kenny has his thoughts on who made a mistake. And then the team is thinking, okay, if we get into this situation, we've got to do this. And then we've got Scump talking about the trust issues. He's saying that at times the team is hesitating, the team is indecisive, which I do believe to be true. And often that will happen, in Scump's opinion, when one player doesn't trust the other player. Someone will call out something, the other guy doesn't, isn't fully confident that he's actually going to do it or make the right play. Kenny's talked about this before, that he plays his best COD when he doesn't really have to worry so much about what his teammates are doing on the map and whether they're making mistakes or not. That maybe is why we've seen Kenny's individual game regress to some degree. So there is an argument to say that OpTic just, if they worry so much about the mistakes they're making, they might even make the situation worse for themselves. Like, if they can get in the mindset of, we're more talented than these guys, we're just going to play natural cards and fry them, like, maybe that delusional confidence actually could be an asset at this point, because right now it looks like nothing is going their way, and when they try and actually focus on what's going to give them better results, it actually is becoming counterproductive. And if you look at Kenny's recent tweets, it's not pretty reading, right? Yeah. So it's difficult to diagnose, but
I'm kind of piggybacking a little bit off of what you're saying here. It's like that delusional confidence that has got them through a lot of the year, a lot of the series, and allowed them to beat down any of these bottom 8 teams is now removed from the equation. And an OpTic without delusional confidence, or the fans behind them, or that continual support, or always knowing they're the OpTic org that can push through anything, is kind of it's a dangerous position to be in. You have the most pressure now, the most criticism, the most the most attacks calling for you to get dropped. You're on a historic loss run. You're overthinking clearly. People are upset. You can tell from Kenny's tweets, like you said, he's clearly upset about what's going on here. So, there's some deconstruction of what JP and Kenny are saying here, is that there's some obvious problems in the OpTic camp right now. whether it's about the gameplay, whether it's about overthinking, not having that delusional confidence anymore. How does Major 4 look for them? I don't think it goes well. No fans, no boost, no morale. You're coming in at the low of lows, big loss streak. You're making a loser's run, so you could catch some confidence over the couple of days playing some people that, you know, you should take down. But that's what we've been saying for like 4 or 5 weeks now. It's all people that they should take down. You shouldn't be losing to Rocker. You shouldn't be losing to Breach. You shouldn't be losing to even NYSL, to be honest. So it's a scary road for OpTic. Just got to hope that they make it out of this slump. We also have this...
I was just going to say...
Oh, go ahead.
Before we carry on.
Yeah.
I think their egos got in the way a little bit too. And here's why I think that. After their loss to Vegas... It was online cheese. That's all it was.
Virginia server, baby.
It was Virginia server, online cheese. That's why they won. And they were laughing and joking about it on Twitter, roasting the players for getting excited.
These guys get one series win and start acting like this, you know. Totally.
I think their ego got in the way a little bit, and it's just carried on. Now they're in a little bit of a situation where it's like, fuck. Maybe we did just get maybe we have just been getting pissed on.
Yeah, highest support to highest criticism, literally.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think their ego got the best of them in that aspect. And for the people in the chat that are basically saying, like, you know, basically defending them, you got to understand what we're saying. All right, a bad OpTic team would still finish 5-2, 6-1. All right, we can all agree on that in this Discord right now. Me, you, Rab, we could all agree that a bad OpTic team should still finish 5-2, 6-1, but look shaky, winning game 5s, going into a winner's bracket for the major. Not like this. I'm not saying OpTic have been bad all year, but this stint they're in right now, this slump they're in right now, is a bad slump for OpTic. Let's look at
and just before you play this clip, I like the other point I wanted to just mention is people have been talking about like their reaction post Major 3, right? Because they won the event. And apart from Champs, that is the event you want to win, right? Like the Toronto event, the crowd was epic. It's the biggest event of the year, effectively, apart from the World Championship. And it was the first event they won in over 2 years. I don't really have any problem with the way that they went about following the victory, right? You know, I don't really want to call it a media tour, but they basically did every piece of content under the sun over the next couple of weeks. You know, Dashy was there doing the Kobe photo and all this. And so I don't really have a problem with that. But I know that people have talked about it as in like, you know, did they win Major 3 thinking, okay, we've won Champs type thing? Because this is the same shit that happened back in Cold War when they beat FaZe at the start of the Major 5 qualifiers and they thought, oh, we've cracked the code. We're now as good as FaZe. Like, did part of them win Major 3 and think, oh, you know, we're going to be there, whatever. And I know JP's saying, oh, they've not got complacent. But there must be something in that because they did... Like, I don't think any other team would have celebrated that Major 3 win quite so hard. Maybe that's fine.
Let's watch this thing about Study commenting on OpTic's S&D.
This is some of the worst, like, S&D I've seen in quite some time, Alan. Like, Dashy gains that info early on. And once you gain that info, you have to now make that play. You can't just wait for the bomb to go down and then, all right, we're going to pop a smoke grenade, run through it, hopefully it goes our way. Like, no, you gain the info. You have players who are very, very confident. Let's just hit it out before they can even work that objective, because once that bomb gets planted, they are perfect on their post-plant setup so far. OpTic Texas need to play a little bit more faster, a little bit more confident, a little bit more in sync. Think your frustration started to be
Hell yeah!
Here, Jay.
Hell yeah! Like, damn, what we doing?
This is some of the worst.
I love Study, man. Study's comedy, actually, man. He's so funny. It's
he's improved so much as well. It's actually great to see.
Yeah, he's definitely a very, very.
Once he's like now he's confident and he's out of his shell. Like, you got to see the real Study.
Yeah, and he speaks on, honestly, it's the truth of the matter. Like, OpTic S&D has been looking poor. Obviously, they're on the historic loss run. And I to address the people in chat saying that, oh, do we talk about other teams in this fashion? Absolutely. We've cooked on this show. To be fair, to give us the fair assessment of what we've done, we've cooked OpTic before. We've cooked FaZe before.
We've cooked fucking everyone.
NYSL.
I've been on a Miami hate stint for 3 majors straight.
He had to sit down with Miami in a therapy session and handle his business. They've been on a Rocker hate train for the entire year. Yeah, why again, it's funny how people come up and say
it's also the biggest story as well. Like, you got to understand, like, OpTic are the biggest team. They just won the last major.
Yeah.
They've become the first team ever to win a major and then come dead last, 12th place in the next set of qualifiers. Like,
we're
not going to talk about it. Like,
yeah,
the biggest story in COD right now.
The only team we don't really speak about is Boston, because fuck, they just lose to everyone apart from OpTic.
Yeah, that is so wild.
Yeah, it's honestly a bit. It's not genuine how you look at this and say that we're only addressing OpTic when in reality, OpTic is doing. They're the biggest story of the game right now. They are setting up for, again, historic losses.
This is meant to be the year they win the world championship. Like, let's not forget about how important this is to OpTic. They formed this team in the offseason. They bring in Pred, the guy they really wanted. They came back-to-back second places last year with Hug and Ghosty on the roster. They bring in Pred. They make the upgrade to the SMG lineup. They bring in Kenny, the man that's won now the equal most championships in the history of the CDL over the last 5 years. Champs is in Dallas, hosted by OpTic. They win Major 3. This is meant to be the time where they form the new dynasty. People are talking about that. After winning Major 3, I see people discussing this OpTic team is going to be a new dynasty roster. They're going to be able to replicate the success of what happened in 2016, 2017. They come into this next major, they get dead last. It's like, you know, it's one of the biggest stories we've seen in the CDL era. A team that was seemingly destined to replicate some of the success we saw several years ago, and all of a sudden they're in a massive slump. It's like, obviously we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, motherfuckers will join in to listen to OpTic and then complain that they're listening to OpTic and then leave when we don't talk about OpTic. We've spoken about OpTic for 30 minutes.
Viewer count has gone up.
We spoke about OpTic for 30 minutes, and guess what? Every other team is going to get roasted that deserves to be roasted. If you don't watch the 3-hour-long episode and only watch the OpTic parts, I can't fucking help you that you didn't watch the other parts of the episode. If you haven't watched the other 25 episodes that we spoke about and roasted everyone else, I've been on a Miami hate train for 3 majors straight. I have spoke about Miami longer than I've spoke about OpTic.
And we're going to talk about other teams as well. Do not worry about it.
If you guys, chat, if you want to continue, if you actually care about Call of Duty, truthfully, and watch the rest of the show, watch how we roast the other team. Just wait for Boston. Wait for me to talk about Boston. Just wait for him to talk about Miami. Just wait for things to happen here. Calm down. Guys, ZooMaa, Octane, Looseful again this week, right? Again, another week of them criticizing Pred. We didn't agree with them on the last time we watched a clip of Tommy criticizing Pred for laying down on the bus, if we remember that from last week. Let's see if we agree with this clip of ZooMaa and Octane on Pred laying down against Boston. Let's see if we agree this week. Should I full screen? No, it's okay.
His teammates to get the job done, and that is it. He's still capturing the point. Pred keeping him safe again. 23 and 19 from the young Australian.
Here we go. Chain this now. Chain this now.
Preddy Deddy play. Will he
get across? Get across, AG. Let's go. Let's move, AG.
Maybe even get that pressure towards.
No, you should lay down, Tom.
This is the wall.
Lining up for the last chance.
Please don't pinch this, AG. Please just go yellow, bro. Just go yellow. Your whole team's there. Just bang yellow. Just bang yellow. There we go. Your whole team's there.
Priesta gets one, gets traded out. Here's the pressure on the zone. Shots for the
AG, jump down!
Play AG!
Oh, hell nah.
Oh my God!
Wait a minute. I gotta go back in this clip and see if he was stuck up there because Major Maniac was shooting at him. That's all I gotta see. I gotta go back really quick and just see, was he stuck up there because Major was shooting at him or not?
Here's the pressure on the zone. Shots for the
AG, jump down!
Play AG!
Oh,
I mean, unless bro glitched into the ground or something, like.
Just bang yellow.
I feel like my guy could have done something.
There we go.
I mean, listen. You've heard it from Tommy. You've heard it from Octane. Now you're gonna hear it from me. All right. All ex-professional Call of Duty players. What the fuck is he doing? They're making kills. They're making kills. He's the furthest one pushed up. He can go make a play. Go jump down. Go help your team. Instead, he stays up there. Everyone dies. Guess who's last alive? Pred.
Yeah, I'm watching this, and I was on AG's side the time before, but this one is just fully criminal. No one's on this road right here. He looked down. He already checked if someone was below him on the from the ladder, coming down from ladder. No one was there. He could have definitely jumped down and just pulled around the corner, go to hop up, kill the guy off the hop up wall. Who again, if you look on the mini map right here, who is that, number who is that? Number 2? Is that Priest? Yeah, Priest is running away from hop up wall. So if AG just jumps down, hits hop up wall, he pinches this out with Shottzy, and then they probably get the point. So
it's just, you know, we talked about it before. It's just a confidence thing, I think. Like, AG has like this play style where he plays like this, and then he has another play style where if he feels like he's the man and he's in sync with the team, he's got no problem flying out there and making the play. Like, he can be an aggressive player, like we've seen it before. It's just
he's an aggressive player when he knows where everyone is. That's when he plays his best.
Calling him a red dot merchant.
Yeah, I mean,
and more in front. Like, if there's 4 people in front of him and he knows there's 4 people in front of him, he's gonna do what Pred does best. But right there, he's so focused on everything else that he doesn't realize he's the guy that has to make the play.
He's the playmaker. He's the X factor of that play working.
I promise you, if that's Shottzy in that situation, he's done a 360 off the top 3, either flanking or hitting the fucking back alley. Right? Shotzi's gonna be quick about it. Pred, he doesn't recognize it that fast.
Yeah, I feel like this is just a bonehead play that just happened. I guess I don't know what to say about it much. I don't know if there's something they're calling. You know, we can't hear the comms. This is another factor we have to agree with, right? Like, we can't hear the comms. We don't know if they're saying wait up there, wait for me to make this play. Shottzy saying wait, let me hit this out, let me get a kill first. It gets deeper than that because again, even with teams, you know, I've talked to. You can say it's Rocker, you can say it's Boston, you can say it's other teams I've talked to, and I know I'll call up the homies on those teams. There's times I'll call them and be like, or even, you know, Dylan with Vegas, I'll be like, bro, why did you do this play? Like, what happened? And he's, oh, actually the comm was this, or we thought he was here. It's deeper than that, but visually, unlike last week, just based on what I'm seeing, it's kind of criminal that AG just stays up there unless there was some other play call. But yeah, I don't necessarily agree with this. I think this does look a little wonky. And if AG hits this out, OpTic actually clear this out and have a chance to win it. But in reality, look, it just Shottzy dies for free. 3 guys there. Pred dies for free. Dashy's alone. He's in an unwinnable scenario, and now you're just in hell again.
That's my whole point about this play. And sorry for going on about OpTic too much, guys. We'll try and lessen it. But like I said, the fact he's up there first and dies last is insane. Like, his team, like, obviously comms are a thing at that point, but he's the guy to make the play. Like I said, my opinion is just he's not used to being that playmaker in terms of, fuck, do I pinch? Do I do this? Do I do that? Like I said, that's Shottzy. He's flying at motherfuckers because he knows he's going to try and make one. If he doesn't make one, he's done what he needs to do. He's made someone weak, or, you know, he's been the guy to open up the play because they don't know he's up there. Go do something. You know, you can't go up there and be last alive. It's just unacceptable.
Even if he did the wrong play and hit the pinch, that would have been better than just staying up there. Even if he just ran and tried to flank through their spawn, even that would have been ultimately better than just
That's the play that I would have made, I ain't gonna lie. If I was in that position, I would have like pinched the whole spawn. It might not be the right play, but I can't have done that.
It's the wrong play for sure. But
at least it's a play, right? Like,
it's at least you're moving. At least you're in a different spot, and people could wait on you. They could time it out. They could do something.
I can tell what team to wait or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And then here we got this reaction from Scump to Pred. Again, same series, but now we have Pred stair glitching. People, I mean, someone on this show was on Rocker's ass for stair glitching, specifically Standy. I want to keep this. I want to see if he'll keep the same energy this week. I just want to see. Let's watch the clip first and see how bad of a stair glitch it is. I'm gonna need a 1 out of 10 in the chat about how bad of a stair glitch this is. 1 out of 10 in the chat. Ready?
Oh yeah, he did, baby. Hell yeah.
He could have crept down a little bit.
That's a stair glitch. You guys were right. Holy shit! It's like
he died though, so
it's like the boy who is it the boy or the girl who cried wolf? I don't remember, but chat always says stair glitch when it's not a stair glitch. Chat actually that was a stair glitch. 1 for 99, Riley said.
Damn.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, fuck. Compared to Standy's, that's like fucking.
This 10 out of 10.
Counts of, compared to Standy's, that's 3 counts of murder.
Yeah, this is really, but this is like an intentional.
Pretty clear cut. I mean, people don't usually lay on the stairs here, right? Like, usually they lay above the stairs on the flat bit because, like, obviously this is a nice little angle to play, but usually they sit further forward, don't they? Not on the stairs here.
Yeah,
so you're not
either you stay behind it and you play the angle of them once they hop
up.
You can see them. Yeah. You crouch right below this. Right, go back down a little more. You lay down. You get the call out, you hop up and then shoot them. Or you lay right there on the top. This is a actual full-on 100%, You even it's not loading, but even when you see from his teammates' perspective,
that
motherfucker stair glitching his ass off. Like even his teammates, like this is the perspective normally when people lay here, wait for the hop up. This guy will lay down a little further back and then crouch and shoot, or lay up there. This is a 10 out of 10 intentional. He tries to get in the gunfight too. Standy gets up and then runs forward and then dies. AG tries to take the gunfight in this position.
You guys were right. Holy shit.
I'm pretty concerned. Like, for the world
Listen, if
championship.
I see any OpTic fans in here try and defend that, saying it's not a stair glitch, I will pay for any hospital needs to be done for your brain on your checks, because my word, there is no defending this.
They might need the Neuralink.
Yeah, he's not even, he hasn't even got up right now. He's shooting his gun this second. This is exactly his gun is shooting right now. He hasn't got up. He hasn't tried to crouch. He's shooting out of the stair glitch into the hop up, which 100%, 10 out of 10 is a blatant.
It's also like, if you were a team with confidence, right? Like if you were a team that had just won Major 3 and were feeling like that team and you were the guys, are you pulling out the cheese against Boston? Like, let's be real though, right? Like, you're playing Boston, the worst team in the game, one of the worst rosters of 4 that's ever been assembled in the CDL. You're playing with so much confidence, you ain't doing any cheesy shit. You're like, beat these guys anyway, no problem at all. But then we've got Shottzy dropping smokes and using it to one way, which is like, that's a bit cheese. We've got stair glitches coming through. Like, I think it's just indicative of the wider concern that Scump and many others have indicated with OpTic, just in terms of the way they're currently playing COD. It's not as I say before, it's not like they can't get back there, but
listen, it ain't just Trei or Rabbit A saying it's the biggest stair glitch of all time. You're king. You're
God
Lord
and
and
Savior.
Yeah, you're fucking king. The guy that owns the CDL, King Scumpy, said it's a stair glitch too.
Yeah.
Now listen, if you're calling me faded, you're calling your king faded.
And how how fucking dare you? And how fucking dare you call him faded? How dare you call the king faded? No, again, it's people are saying like everyone's doing it and stuff. I'm gonna come at this just from a slightly different angle. I was addressing it a little bit on whenever we talked about the last thing of Monday or Friday of last week, but this does concern me. It does worry me for a bigger reason. GAs are starting to get taken less and less serious. What does that tell us for Major 4, for Champs, for the Saudi event? How bad are these going to get when the money's on the line? This is an online match. This is a $1,000, 10-point online match that for OpTic, sure, you're trying to get out of a slump. I can understand that. But when hundreds of thousands of dollars are on the line, when Champs is on the line, how bad are the GAs going to get broken? There's no enforcement. Dante came in here last week and said, you know, people are in the GA chat not really looking at it. They don't really care as much anymore. It's the end of the year. I'm concerned for the integrity of the league, integrity of these games, and how bad it's going to get going forward. That's my bigger expulsion or whatever, what I'm taking from this clip, basically.
My issue with it is that, remember when we had Standy on here basically saying, yeah, that's a stair glitch. I fucked up, but it was like a 2-minute thing. Like as soon as I realized I got away from it, Asim said the same thing. And then we got Sib on the show, done it, you know, spoke to us about it, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck if a fucking lesser team does it to me. They need the points. I don't." That's where the bigger issue is going to start.
Yeah, you see the snowball effect starting to happen, right? It's starting to gain momentum and starting to keep rolling.
Because if I'm a top team, I'm like, all right, why the fuck am I letting them do that to other teams and they're being all right with it? I'm just going to do it back.
Yeah. So that's my bigger concern with this. It's 100% a stair glitch. We're not going to let the Delulus let us, steer us off this at all.
Even the ones that I feel like the ones that are saying it's not a stair glitch, they're part of the troll.
They're trolling.
You guys are great, man. You guys are great, man. Honestly, we don't want to beef with anyone here, but we're here for good fun. We're here to chat.
But if you want the smoke, catch me in Major 4. Catch these boys at Champs 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". If you want the smoke, you know where we're at. No problem. No problems. Listen, Hex visibly pissed after hearing Kenny's tweet. I watched this clip yesterday. I didn't think
is he just faded or is he pissed?
Exactly. I didn't see this anger that they're referring to, honestly. So I'm gonna play this for the chat. You guys let me know what you think. Guys, you guys let me know what you think. I didn't see it this way, personally.
Kenny tweet? What'd he say?
He said, "Can't stick to anything we talk about. GG's Boston."
Who said that?
Ken.
Is there for Geo. He picks it up. Standy gets shut down. Another first blood to lead.
That's not ideal.
Bomb planted.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Geo
Honestly,
heard that or what.
Yeah, that tweet kind of scares me a little bit.
I thought Standy was insane for pushing that after the
I just hope the boys aren't getting too down on themselves, you know? Kenny tweet? What'd he say?
Well, dude.
Right, he's either off the Zaza or he's pissed off. It's one of the two.
Listen.
Like, he's either like, Kenny, who's...
Listen.
Who's Kenny guy?
Hex didn't move. It looked like his camera froze in that position for 20
I think he was
seconds.
annoyed,
Bro, you know, his face looked like, bro, Kenny's on OpTic?
He didn't look mad. He looked zooted. He looked blown. He looked like he took an edible and he was seeing stars. He was trying to process what was being said to him, and his camera froze for 20 seconds, literally. Like,
Honestly,
let's count it out. Right? I'm gonna turn on the volume. I'm gonna count this out. Ready? His face. Look how long he's locked in that same position. Okay, ready? From 6 seconds. Still locked.
He asked the question, to be fair.
Still locked. Still locked. He looks frozen. I know he's not frozen because Embos is moving. He's still locked.
Nah, I think he knows what's going on, man. I think like he was just trying to calculate in his brain whether that counts as an excuse. Because Hex doesn't like the excuse bullshit, and he's made that very clear to the team. So like anytime a player tweets something that's kind of like borderline excuse, I think he's gonna sit there and he's gonna think, okay, is that what I want to see from the boys or not? Because
Hex also replies to other players. Like when OpTic lost to Carolina, he tweeted fellow like GG's, man, that was a good, like, you know what I'm saying, that nade was crazy. I saw that tweet from him. Like I said, Hex doesn't like the excuses. I also think people need to, you know, there was a bunch of people saying like, oh, this tweet's not needed from Ken or anything like that. I think it is needed, man. I think it's better than straight up saying to everyone like GG's, like, you know.
He's holding his team accountable as well, because he's almost subtweeting his team there. You know what I mean?
GG's guy's gonna come crazy at the event. This online content.
Dashy basically tweeted that though.
Is the tweet even an excuse though? It's not. It's saying
I don't think
we're not
there's a
sticking to
problem.
shit.
No.
Done. That's not an excuse.
No, that's what I'm saying. Though. I'm saying that the fans need to respect what Kenny's saying. I'm not saying like, because the excuse of when they lost to Vegas was, Virginia servers are crazy. Now it's fucking hell. We ain't even listening to each other now. This shit's like getting out of hand. And I think OpTic fans and, you know, people need to realize that Kenny's holding them accountable as well as himself accountable. He's not blaming his teammates. He's blaming the whole like team and the team strats and everything like that together. I think people need to start realizing that, you know, it's better than tweeting, damn, starting loser bracket for the major. We're gonna come crazy. Trust. Like,
yeah, I actually agree with you on that, Trey. Like, I think
we're
it's good
basically
for
saying
the fans
like,
to say, look, at least we're not taking this lightly. You know.
Yeah, we're
trying.
We're acknowledging there is an issue. Ken is acknowledging there is an issue. He's saying what it is. We're not sticking to shit. Proceed. We're not sticking to shit. We're going to go back and practice, get it together. Our week has been weird. Our internet's been off. It's not all XYZ cheese that was happening the weeks before. After this many weeks of losing matches and losing this many S&Ds, the Virginia server jokes, the practice jokes, the, oh, Shottzy was in LA for this or that, or Dashy's filming content, all that shit is out the window after, 5 weeks, 6 weeks of losses, basically. It's all out the window at this point. There's nothing left to say. I don't think Hex looks pissed in this, to be honest, but he hit the best Pine Park shit to not process the information for 17 seconds. That's all I'm going to say.
I think he forgot fucking Kenny was on the roster for a second.
I think he forgot where he was for 17 seconds. He just was like, is Scump's here? Why is Scump talking to me? Where he was in Zaza land for a second, but I don't think Hex is pissed, man. If Hex is pissed, he makes it known. I've seen Hex pissed in clips before. He'll make it known that someone shouldn't have done something.
I mean, listen, go watch this clip compared to Formal's clip.
Yes,
exactly.
Exactly.
He was pissed off about that one for sure.
Hell yeah! There you go. Trei just slammed. Trei just cooked right there. That was a small.
Okay, one final thing on OpTic, just before we talk to the other teams. Can you bring up the Dashy tweets? Because there's one Dashy tweet, and then it's on a Reddit link initially.
Oh, right here.
Because he actually deleted the tweets. He deleted the rest of these, yeah. So basically he tweeted out, GG's, I've still got confidence, we're going to come different at the major. Thanks for the support, we're going to bounce back, this type of thing. And then people were roasting Dashy here for what they call crashing out, right? Which is like the new term that people come up with. And like, I see why people are roasting Dashy for this. I also just think it's kind of funny. I don't really have a problem with it. Like, okay, is it professional to like be just roasting somebody who replies? No, but also sometimes the guys in the replies are asking for it. I also kind of respect that this guy who was talking shit, he at least stood on business, because sometimes the guys that are talking shit, they say they talk shit once, and then the guy, the pro replies, and they're like, oh, I'm a big fan, like, best of luck in the major, whatever. Like this guy doubles down. So Dashy then doubles down, hits his profile, talks about he's a grown man, whatever. Dashy deleted these tweets anyway. Probably not the best thing to tweet, but listen, if OpTic had gone 6-1 in stage, no one would have cared,
Well, he also wouldn't be arguing with this grown ass man.
Yeah.
If they were 1-6, this is the definition of a crash out. Yes, that is what it is. Obviously, OpTic are getting a lot of hate, and obviously Dashy just saw this guy and was like, "Fuck it, I've had enough." It's the same way that I said, you shouldn't give a fuck about anyone else's opinion other than your teammates and your teams. The same way Vickle done a tweet to, what was it, CDL Scrimtel, whatever it was, basically replying to his shit. You shouldn't care about these people. They should not impact your life one single bit. You are Dashy, you are one of the greatest shooters in FPS, in COD. Like, these people shouldn't bother you.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think it's a little bit, you're one of the best players. You're one of the biggest brands. You're just all around a face. You're one of the faces of the league. Yeah, you're superstar or star by anyone's account. Don't roast me for calling him a superstar or a star. Dashy's one of the biggest guys in the league, so him doing this is just a little bit unnecessary. I get it. But I'm not too much of a fan. I'm gonna proceed from this just because it's not too big of a thing. We watched this already. It was just Scump and Zinni kind of giving their assessments.
Yeah, we can go over these. It's fine. We don't need to talk about this, Chloe. It's all good. I think we discussed it in depth.
Yeah, skip it.
It's fine. We've talked all these talking points already, but we can go on from OpTic now.
All right.
We've got
fair enough.
A few other things. We got a few other teams to talk about.
Okay, the 14 fans that are in here for the other teams, baby. Woo! We're getting to your squad. Let's go.
Don't worry, guys. We're going to get back to OpTic when we do our bracket predictions. Don't worry about it. OpTic Texas, they're coming back.
I want them to stay in here and understand that we're going to roast everyone that deserves to be roasted. If they leave and come back when we discuss OpTic again, and I see the same people going, nah, all you do is talk about OpTic, I'm going to lose it.
All right, baby. These are the standings. Clay is fuming, and for good reason. But also, it's their own fault, because all they had to do was not lose to Los Angeles Guerrillas in 5, and they would have been chilling. But no, they bottled it, and therefore they're 9th seed. But what a game to close out the entire online stage, right? Like, that Subliners Thieves game is really important, not just for Thieves picking up 40 points this stage, which is massive for them, but also the fact that Subliners lost it in the way that they did. Thieves finally gaining some ice. I mean, obviously we've got OpTic as the bottom seed here. Boston, they won 6 maps all stage. 3 of them were against OpTic, so, there's that. Rocker and losers, Ravens and losers, Gorillas make it to winners because they beat Ravens and because Thieves won. There's a few interesting storylines here.
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna open up the actual bracket itself because we have the actual bracket for Major 4 up now. So, if you want to continue the storylines, I'm gonna open that up for everyone to see actually what we have.
I'm gonna need. Listen, if Carolina don't make champs, I'm gonna need someone.
I linked it elsewhere, by the way. I think
I got it here. It's fine.
If Ravens don't make champs, I'm gonna need someone to go back to our dope check episode where I said Ravens are gonna lose to LAG and not make champs because of it. Give me that.
Definitely a possibility at the moment, Trey. I know.
Give me that run. Give me that.
This guy just knows what he's talking about.
Now this Major 4 bracket is kind of setting up for some craziness. This is the first time, by the way, this is a little bit of fun fact for everyone, but first time we've had 2 top 4 teams facing each other in the winners bracket. So for the first time, FaZe is playing NYSL round 1. That has not happened all year. So it's gonna kind of play out in some crazy type of way. Rocker gets they're getting honestly super fucked by this bracket.
That is rough.
They're playing FaZe or NYSL round 1, and if they lose in round 1, they are eliminated from champs.
Just before we get to the bracket, can we quickly talk about the FaZe Toronto propane cheese before we deep dive into the bracket? Because I just wanted to mention this. It's just, I mean, it's like under a couple of tweets on this. Because Draza was talking about, and then obviously this moment happens, right? Like, what do you guys in the chat think about this? Because I'm pretty concerned, I'm not going to lie, going into Major 4 in the World Championship. Because thankfully for the league, this is straight up embarrassing for the league, by the way. The propane tank is busted. Everyone knows it. It doesn't make any sense when it explodes. It has like a directional effect where it will somehow kill some people but not others inexplicably. Celium dies because of team damage, and therefore he gets a 15-second or whatever respawn delay. So the game is just fully chalked when he comes back in. You know, FaZe got completely screwed here, let's be real, by nothing that was of their own doing. Just pure randomness that decided that FaZe were going to lose the map on this occasion. Thankfully for FaZe, it's like, whatever. We're, you know, number 1 seed, number 2 seed. We're making champs. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. Although in the grand scheme of things, it may. And had they won this map, they probably go on to win the series 3-1, as it turns out. They didn't. They lost in 5. And okay, great series. Toronto back on form. We'll discuss them over the coming minutes. But FaZe just completely screws here by nothing of their own doing. And I'm just concerned that if the devs don't fix this, we are going to go to the World Championship. We are going to see a critical series and some propane tank explosion cheese happens just to completely ruin the game. Like, I don't really know what's stopping the developers coding in the fact that the game should, you should spawn in and the barrel should blow up. Like, why can't they make it so that they, like, auto-explode when the game starts or something? Like, why do we have to try and do these other workarounds? Why can't we start the game with them already being exploded? Like, surely that's doable.
Listen, this is my take on it. I think everything explodable, like cars, red barrels, propane tanks, should all be blown up in CDL game modes.
Cars, I don't agree with. Only reason why is because they create good nade spots. That's why. But here's the argument against it. I know. Once we found Ordnance Gloves and NYSL found good nade spots that involved the car, it got G8 immediately. So I don't know if that's even arguable for competitive reasons. Like, I was a fan. Again, I'm a fan of the Ordnance Gloves. I'm a fan of those explodables and nade spots and all that. But pros clearly are not. So maybe I'm the one that's fucking faded. I don't know.
Well, my point about this is, in this game in particular, the devs don't obviously know what they're doing, and cars are bugged too, like that one in Invasion. The propane tanks, they kill you and your teammates when there's enemies stood right under the fucking thing. The red barrels don't blow you up fully. They don't blow up enemies fully, but they blow up your teammates fully. It makes no sense. That's why the devs should have a setting where it removes it all.
I think it's fair. But expecting devs to do anything positive is like, dude, you're expecting them to be logical? Fuck, who the fuck you think this is? You think these are Valorant devs? You think these are
if you think
Counter-Strike devs?
X-Defiant devs.
You think these are you think this is Patty P and the X-Defiant team? This is fucking Call of Duty. We do what we want. We write in the notes that it's gonna not blow up anymore, and this shit still blows up. Because we didn't test it. We don't give a fuck. That's your job to test it, not ours.
Listen, I DM Patty P on the side. I'm like, yo, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? Insta hits me up. I DM a COD dev. I'm like, yo, this guy's spin bottom me in rank plays. He's level 200 million. He's hacking against all the big dogs. He's like, yeah, we'll have a look.
6 months later.
Four seasons later, the cunt's got 4 fucking 250 fucking camos. Running rapid.
Yeah, this propane stuff is really terrible, honestly. And then you have Draza tweeting about it as well. GG's Toronto lost 2-3. Shout out to the propane tank giving them a free map, which honestly, I mean, 2 deaths and a 15-second respawn delay will fuck up a round in a map for you, honestly. That's a big momentum shift in any map. I don't care what you think, what you assume or whatever. They're going to lose anyways. I don't care.
Nah, that's a sick way to lose to your rival, though. I can't lie.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's absolutely heart pounding.
That's sickening.
Should we get back to the major?
Let's get back to the bracket, baby, because we got some storylines here.
Yeah.
The base of the way this is going to work is, well, as it makes clear in the bracket, the losers of each of the respective games, they play the team from the losers bracket, right? So Ravens, they play either Toronto or Gorillas, and down from there, it actually says on the left side. FaZe New York is the pick of the bunch round 1. New York did not have their best run of qualifiers. The fact that they got reverse swept by Thieves to end up playing FaZe round 1 is tough. On some sense, it's not bad, because if you win that series, because FaZe will very rarely have a tough opponent round 1. Because almost always there. Yeah, usually FaZe are playing some dog shit team round 1. That's the case for the last several years. But so we never really see, and let's not forget last event, right? What did they play? Thieves round 1. They should have gone down 2-0. Not maybe the last event, but whatever it was earlier this season. They went down 1-0. They should have lost the search and destroy. Didn't. And then they came on to win the series. So there's a chance that maybe if you're going to get at FaZe, maybe you get at them early. But it's like...
That's the event they won.
Yeah. That's true. But FaZe just, they never dropped down to losers at the start. So there is that. We'll get into those series. But the other pick of the bunch, in a way, is the Thieves Heretics. We've got to talk about that one, because Heretics, if you could actually bring this up, Ace, if you wanted, or I can just run through it. On the Heretics match page for the last few weeks, if you look at their completed matches,
sure,
MWIII Heretics have beaten every team that they're supposed to now for a long time. If you look at Heretics' record, they've lost to teams, but the teams they've lost to are FaZe, Toronto, OpTic, New York. Those are the teams they've lost to. Ever since back in, is it the Major 3 qualifiers, they lost a Game 5 to Thieves. Ever since then, they've beaten every single other bottom 8 team. Yeah, since the 20th of April.
Yep.
Ever since then, and I know that it's Surge, it's Gorillas, it's, Thieves, it's Team at Vegas, teams like that, Rocker, Gorillas, Ravens. But, everyone that's in the fight with Miami, they're beating them. So...
You are not helping my agenda.
I know, I'm sorry, but it's got to be said. If there's an argument for a dark horse this event, if there's an argument for a 5th place team at the moment, I've got to be leaning Miami's way, and their search and destroy is good, a key component of a dark horse potential run. So you've got that team, and then you've got Thieves, who are looking nice.
Let me make. Sorry,
I was gonna say, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't they? They're 99% locked in for champs too, no?
Who?
I think so. 170 will.
No, they are locked. They're 170. They're the.
I don't think it's locked.
It's not locked. That's what I'm saying.
But it's very, very likely.
The other teams are so close to them. That's why it's not fully locked.
It's definitely possible they get overtaken. If theoretically teams below them.
I'm looking at everything here.
Them.
So they're 5th, 170. If Minnesota win 2, they go to 170. If Gorillas win 2, they go 170.
Realistically, it's not possible to be overtaken, but it is. Technically, it's possible for it to be Gorillas win the event, Vegas comes 2nd, Ravens come 3rd.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's say 99.99999% chance that Heretics are at champs. Let's put it like that.
Same with Surge. Boston can technically still make it to champs, by the way.
They have to win the event, though.
Which is good. They have to win the event, and they need about 4 or 5 other results to also go their way.
Yeah, a bunch of people to lose, a bunch of people to win.
Yeah, technically they can still make it.
Yeah,
Listen, it's looking likely that I don't have to get a Boston Breach tattoo, because if you guys remember what I said at the start of the year when they were in their slump, if Boston makes champs, I'll get a tramp stamp off the Boston
I wouldn't
logo.
speak it into existence.
Now listen, if Boston managed to make champs, I will fucking personally get a Boston Breach face tattoo.
Holy fuck, man.
I love it.
Holy fuck. Okay,
right.
Here's what I want to say about this Miami team. I have one thing to say. We spoke a lot about them, but medals. Ever since the role switch between him and Vickle, Medals has been one of the best players out there. Absurd. Slayer rating 92, 1.12 KD across this major. He's one of those players that not many people speak about, probably because he's on Miami Heretics and not many people really take too much of a note on them, I guess. Not the biggest name brand, not the biggest, most followers. Medals is actually, I think, has the biggest improvement all year. If we had a most improved award, I would be giving it to Medals right now today, stamping that on his forehead. Real is a big difference maker as a plug and play for them, someone who's going to be reliable, get you some kills. But Metals has been the outstanding superstar that Miami needs for them to push ahead, get in that 5th place spot. And without him, I don't think Miami would even come close to holding down the wins they've got and even pushing some of the series they've got against some of the better teams. Yeah, Metals, my most improved player of this season, 100%, no question.
Metals is genuinely, like, when he came into the league and people started talking about him way back in Black Ops 4, like, the talk was genuinely this guy could be, like, his natural talent was really, really impressive. And everyone was talking about it at the time. And we're seeing that again. We saw it at the start of the season, bit inconsistent middle of the year, but we're seeing it towards the end of the year. Now he's a bit more comfortable on the role that he wants to run, stuff like this. We're really seeing what he's capable of. Yeah, because he had the fall off Major 2, and then Major 3 wasn't great either. But yeah, like, he's bounced back big time this stage. Even, like, in basically all of the game modes, he has, like, a top 5 KD. Like, I think he's top 5 KD. I mean, you can actually look if you go through the modes, I guess.
Some people have in the chat want to address this. Like, TJ's more improved. TJ's been playing well pretty much all year. I'm saying in the year, the most improved. From a role switch, even from a team perspective, you can throw in there, I think, as well, low-key. Metals to me is a better shout than TJ is, including his Slayer rating, his respawn KD, his hardpoint KD, his S&D at 1.35, hardpoint 1.14, control 1.02. Just that hardpoint S&D KDs right there should tell you that he's had a much better and more massive improvement into the end of the year and got his team to champs. Without him, it wouldn't have happened. So I'm giving Metals that accolade if I was to give the award today. Overall, speaking of Miami pushing ahead, we have another interesting storyline like I was talking about before of this bracket. Where's the bracket that we had up? There you go. So OpTic and losers, 12th place. They play the loser of LAT and Heretics. That's a 50-50 matchup considering how both of them played. The momentum LAT comes in here beating NYSL in that best of 5. Reverse sweep fashion. Do we see any team upsetting OpTic in this losers bracket?
I mean, you can't lie. The script is insane, is it not? Because all year, since right at the start of the season, when Miami took down OpTic, Vickle threw up the 3-0 sign, Pred clowned him back at the major, they've been clowning him ever since. Look, Miami may not lose that series. I really don't know who I'd even predict to win Miami versus Thieves. Maybe tempted to take Thieves, and it's difficult to call that one. It really is a 50-50. But if Miami were to lose, they drop down to losers, they would be relishing the chance to play OpTic right now. Like, they would be absolutely buzzing. And you got to think the scriptwriters got something up their sleeves here when it comes down to all the trash talk between OpTic and Miami this year, and then they play in losers round 1. Wow. But I think in some sense for OpTic, they kind of not got away with one exactly, but like the 4th or the 5th seed is meant to be a pretty strong team. That's why the 12th seed is at the most disadvantage. But actually, as it turns out, they could be where Rocker are, and they got away with that.
Yeah.
So in terms of like first round games, it's not the end of the world. But OpTic will have to beat pretty good teams, right? Because let's say they play Thieves. Like, not an easy team at all, as it stands. They've got to beat Thieves. They've then got to beat probably Ravens. In the next round, they've probably got to beat Vegas or Surge. Like, it's, beatable games. Obviously, OpTic can make a run this tournament. I'm probably going to expect them to make some sort of a run this tournament. But there's also a world where they genuinely just go out top 12 and are clueless going into the World Championship. That is the fear if you're OpTic. Like, you've got to do something. I think top 4 bare minimum here is acceptable, really.
There's a chance Miami come in and knock them out, or even the Ghosty pack comes in and gets his sweet revenge against.
Oh, he's in LA as well. You got to think.
Yep.
I think this is an event where you can see OpTic come top 12, especially with no fans.
Yeah, the fans part of it, I think, is a big factor for them. That is, I don't know, not being taken into account, I guess, as much. If I was an OpTic fan, which I am an OpTic fan, but so as an OpTic fan,
No, you're not. You've been roasting them for an hour and a half, bro. You
can't like OpTic at all. Know those guys on the team personally, but can't fuck with them at all. Can't fuck with the team at all. It's all good though. I don't know about the green wall. My more thing is just like, yeah, there's no fans here. There's no big support. Could that be helpful? Maybe actually no fans may help them out because fans might not be on their side right now in some sense. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, they're on a slump. Having fans there might be added pressure, extra pressure to perform, and maybe adds a little layer of I don't know, uncertainty. Without fans, it's kind of calm, it's light. You still have to get cracked. That's the bigger thing. You
I think it helps the underdogs though a bit. I don't know. Like, what's your feeling on this, Trey? Like, because I look at this event and I think that with no fans, it gives even potentially more of an opportunity for teams like to pull off upsets. Then again, when I look at the events that have been held in this type of scenario over the last couple of years, the teams that tended to make the finals were the best teams. You know, like OpTic would make the finals, or FaZe would, or LA Thieves would.
That's the way it should be. We're just given hypotheticals of why they could do bad. Now, them being dead last seed in the slump they're in and having no fans could play a part in it. Like, yes, people in the chat, I understand they've played with no fans and got second before, but they weren't in a slump. Add it all together, 1 and 6. Let's add it all together. You know what I'm saying? Or 0 and 7, whatever. Like, add it all together. That's what I'm saying to you. Like,
I also think it's definitely possible. Like, people are saying, oh well, on LAN, like OpTic will never lose to Miami or whatever. And I get that argument, but I also think even at Major 3, people forget that OpTic played Miami at Major 3. They won 3-1, didn't they? But it wasn't like, I think did they play a 6-star hardpoint map 4? Kind of forget exactly. But like, Miami were looking good in Search and Destroy at that point. I think they beat OpTic in the Search and Destroy in that series. OpTic closed it up 3-1, the team that won the events. But there was a world there that it went a little bit further. They lost a 6-star Search, and they, who knows it? If that series online goes game 5, who knows what happens there? So like, I don't think it's as clear cut to say that OpTic are like guaranteed to make a deep losers run.
Also, the hard points were pretty close too.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, thinking about the series, so it's gonna be really interesting. Obviously, Boston on the other side. What we're going to do in a second, which will probably start now actually, because we've got roughly 57 minutes in the show, is just go through the entire bracket and come up with our predictions. And you guys can help us in the chat if we need.
There you go. Overall, the bracket's setting up to be, super interesting. I think, again, Rocker and let me see the standings really quick. Where are the standings? Standings.
We can look at let's look quickly at the like overall season standings, and then we'll do our bracket predictions, because this is what it looks like. So yeah, Thieves at 165. That win against New York was so big, but still 165 is actually like 5 points away. So Thieves need to get a win. The thing is for Thieves, right, is that if you win the first round, you guarantee yourself top 6 by getting winners round 1 dub in, and that will put you at 195. So it's almost overkill, right?
Thieves are in the best position right now They're in the best position right now to guarantee themselves champs. They don't play a top 4 team first round.
Yep.
They play OpTic if they lose.
But, bro, you don't play a top 4 team first round. That should be like your main thing of being like, right, we play Miami.
But if you're Vegas, right, you play Surge round 1, and if Vegas beats Surge, they guarantee themselves top 6. They get 30 points guaranteed. That puts them at 180. They're in. Like, if Vegas beats Surge, they're in.
Yeah, 100%. The best bracket, easiest bracket right now is for Seattle or Legion. You win, you make champs automatically. Seattle's pretty good, but
Seattle
Vegas
basically have made it.
That's the same for LA Thieves.
My point is this though: if you lose this, you go play Boston. You're not playing OpTic. So even if Legion lose, true. they go play Boston.
Yeah, no, that's
then
true.
They play either. Most likely we're gonna say they're playing New York, right? So you get your plus 15, and if they get their plus 15 right there, they made champs. 165, they tie up here. Most likely they're gonna make it with that one win. And if you lose, like Dylan Attach said, you make champs if you're good enough. If they lose to Seattle and then lose to Boston, or beat Boston and lose to NYSL, and then they don't make champs, that's on them, bro. Carolina, good run for them.
Low key, like I said, I don't think Carolina make it, and I think that if Thieves get double rounded, I actually still think they make it, just with those 5.
Just because that plus 5 right there?
I think so. Yeah. Obviously, I want them to make it. Obviously.
I mean, if they tie up with Legion, let's say, and Carolina, well, it's funny because if they tie up with, let's see, let me check their head-to-heads. With Carolina, if they tie exactly, then Carolina takes it if it's a one-way tie. But with Legion, if it's a one-way tie, then LAT take it. So there's storylines that go real deep here. But if it's a three-way tie, then it goes to map count. And
wait, I think don't LATs take it overall though? Over the course of the year, it's how many times they've played each other.
Is it course of the year or is it just from the most recent?
No, it's course of the year. It's how many wins they have against each other.
Okay. So LAT versus Legion once, twice,
if I'm not mistaken.
Thrice. Yeah, so they take it over Legion for sure. Let's see with Carolina though. Once, one loss, one win. One win.
LAT has a 2-1 head-to-head.
Oh, I guess they beat them both. So their best case scenario would be a one-way tie. The other two teams would want a three-way tie and go to map count. So it's really, I don't know. The bracketology of this goes real deep. It goes real deep considering how close everybody is right now in the standings. From 11th place to 5th place is 30 points, which is one winner's bracket win or two losers bracket wins. So everyone's close. Minnesota could still make it if they upset NYSL, which they did Major 1. That was the big storyline of Major 1 for them. So that script kind of comes back around. Should we make our bracket? See what we think is gonna happen exactly here?
I think we'll do our bracket.
All right, let's make ours. Let's make the official dope check.
You gotta think
Major
as well.
4 bracket.
You gotta think as well. Ravens are in a good position to do well to get there too, because 9 times out of 10 they're gonna play LAG.
Yeah,
that'll be a grueler match for them because they need to win that. And I think, like I said, the same again. I think the pressure gets too high for them, and then they'll play OpTic or something like that. So it's not like crazy good for them, but they're guaranteed 10 points in my opinion if they fucking lock the fuck in. 15, that's it, my bad. Yeah. They lock the fuck in. Yo, it could be a situation where Clay loses out on Champs by 5 again, Ace.
It is possible.
100%. Clay could lose out on Champs by 5 or in a three-way tie, and just by map count, he doesn't make it.
Wow.
I think like the other annoying thing is that like because they started losers, every win is worth like 15, whereas just if they were in winners, like if they were where Vegas are, right? Like, I mean, I guess they'd have been where Gorillas were, so maybe it wouldn't have mattered because they'd have played like Toronto round 1 anyway, and maybe it would just kind of swapped the paths. But it's still nice to get the warm-up game, and also, as we've said, like if you're Vegas or if you're Thieves, one of the teams that hasn't made it, it's like one game guarantees it. Whereas for Ravens, they're gonna probably need 2 wins, right? Realistically, they're probably gonna need to win losers 1 and losers 2. They would have been where New York are. Yeah, so maybe they would have been chalked anyway. But then they maybe have the better side of the losers bracket because they wouldn't have to play OpTic, I guess. You can look at it in that sense. I don't think Ravens are chalked, but
I do.
Like, if you have faith in the OpTic run, then they're chalked, I think. Because 165 is not going to be enough, I think, looking at this. I think it is going to be 170 as we predicted.
Yeah, 165 will be the tie-up, but not enough to guarantee. It's another thing. I don't want to speak on the woulda, coulda, woulda, coulda, shouldas. NYSL closes out that series yesterday. This bracket looks different, by the way. This bracket shifts. The top 4 teams will end up playing each other. NYSL doesn't play FaZe. LAT is not in that spot. Everything about this is different. LAT isn't guaranteeing champs anymore. NYSL flubbing up, absolutely messing up yesterday and not closing out that series kind of fucked up the bracket in a big way for a lot of teams. So let's break this down. All right, let's actually do our Major 4 bracket. I know I won't be able to drag things and make one officially, but we'll do it in our minds. We'll work together here, chat. We'll make it happen. I could maybe do text over the layout too, maybe, but that's too much work. All right, round 1. Let's go, boys. Toronto, LAG.
You can do it on the official Pick'em site, like if you log in. Yeah, that's why I brought up. I put the link in there. You have to log into an account though.
I'm logged in. I'm logged in.
Okay, we can just do it on there.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't
it should be easy enough.
Major 4 bracket.
Yeah, if you scroll down. Yeah, here we go.
Oh shit.
It probably wants you to. It wants you to log in though, top right. So maybe like take it off the screen while you're logging on some
Give me 1
shit.
second. I got this.
Yeah, we got you. We got you. That was Thieves' first 5-round control win of the year. That is crazy. Is that true, Easy Gunner 23? Or is that a Maven stat?
Isn't that the first ever top 4 team they beat too?
Yeah, that's also another thing with Thieves. They were the only team not to have beaten a top 4 team all year. Because Boston famously beat Toronto, another beat at OpTic. And Gorillas famously beat FaZe. All the other teams have had some sort of upset win at some point. But Thieves, despite being generally competitive, they'd never beaten a team. They couldn't beat OpTic, FaZe, Toronto, or New York until they, of course, beat New York in that reverse sweep. It's kind of weird, right? Because if Thieves went up 2-0 in that series, I feel like they get reverse swept. But going down 0-2, somehow they were like, like let's just vibe with it. It's like when Thieves go up in a series, I have concerns about closing it out. But all of a sudden, it looks like they've kind of found something there. And it's going to give them a lot of confidence, but it is just online.
There we go. I logged in. Let me open this again, and we can get it going. I got it. Continue your registration. Y'all want so much from me, man.
Thieves will win if Octane wears his Champs ring. Yeah, maybe we need Octane to come back or something. Thieves Dark Horse run, but somebody subs Octane in. I mean, didn't Thieves win at that like local LAN, whatever it was like Thieves versus OpTic last year? Was it Major 4 or some shit they did there instead? Because they couldn't do it in New York, I think, pretty sure, right? They did it at that funny arena where Maven was doing the intros of the players. And they were just like, what are we dealing with right now? This is why it's just not considered to be as big of a deal as the other majors or the World Championship, for example.
All right, we got it up. We got it up.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Start from the top, I think.
All right, let's start from the top. We got Toronto, LAG. What do we think, boys and girls? I think 3-0 Toronto.
Yeah.
Toronto looking nice right now. Like, I'm actually really impressed by the run they made over the last couple of weeks, right? They win the first major, they fall off a bit, they have a bit of a bounce back in Major 3, but this stage they looked really good. I think they're all kind of firing at all cylinders right now. Insight's been playing better, I think has been the crucial thing for me. I think Kleenex on an individual level has been just incredibly impactful, and the consistency of Kleenex in his role is potentially unparalleled. Like, even a BZ has not been as consistently good as Kleenex has this year. And obviously, you know what you're going to get from Scrappy at the #1 KD this stage. But I think really it's Insight stepping it back up, clutching search and destroy rounds, being pretty impactful in the hard points. That's been the difference maker to me. And I know that Gorillas might be Lanimals, but I just don't think they can beat Toronto here. They can beat them. Everyone can beat them. But Ultra do have a nice run, as chat is saying. But you deserve a nice run as the first seed. That's how it's meant to be.
Yeah, 100%. I think Toronto looked great. Kleenex looks good. He's looking improved, actually, from a little bit of a slump the last stage and a half or so. So he's looking very good. Scrap's going to deliver what he needs. Envoy, I think, is going to turn up. I think, actually, no fans is going to be a little bit beneficial for them. I think they're going to strive. They're going to play really well. I think Envoy is going to play particularly well with no fans. Don't know why. I kind of know why I feel like that. He played very well, online in online COD that we had in MWIII. So I think he'll play pretty well in this. LAG fall down. Then we have LAT Miami Heretics. This is probably the toughest one to predict, honestly. 5 and 6 playing each other. Personally, just considering how Miami have been playing recently, how strong they look in S&D, and how good I think Metals is, plus no fans, right? I'm going 3-2 Miami. They're going to close it on S&D.
What do you think, Trey?
Fuck me.
Hard one, I know.
I got Thieves 3-2.
Shit. All right, Rab, you gotta close this out. Who do you got?
Yeah, man. Shit. This is actually pretty brutal. I'm not gonna lie.
This one's hard, bro.
I genuinely think it's such a coin toss. Like, just put it in the chat what you guys think right now.
Yeah, if we make a poll really quick. Type in the
It's
chat and make a poll, one or the other. Also,
kind of down for a poll on this because I don't really want to choose because my head says one of two things. My head says How do I make a poll?
Listen, I just think, but I just think Champs on the line, Bulls on the line, Nasty is just not losing to Spanish.
Yeah, the chat is definitely
Everyone
picking
say
Miami.
Miami.
Yeah.
Everyone say Miami.
Chat is not losing to Spanish.
Listen,
like,
there you go.
Here we go. We do have a poll up. Yeah, I'm not gonna vote. I'm just gonna see what people say for
I
now.
fucking voted. I don't give a fuck. I voted myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna. The only reason why I don't want to pick Miami is just because I want OpTic Miami in losers bracket. But I actually think that, oh god, it's really close, you know. All right, we've got to let this run for like a couple of minutes just to see what people come up with, because I'm down to just pick what chat picks on this, because this is like the biggest coin toss.
It's gonna be Miami.
I think people will lean Miami's way, but Thieves did just take down New York, and it is LAN, but it's kind of like, if this was in front of fans, I think I would take Thieves. I'm not gonna lie, but I think in this setting, I kind of feel like it could be
in
Miami.
LA, bro. I'm taking Ghosty every day of the week, man.
Shit, yeah, you might be onto something. I want to see Miami body slam OpTic. God, the chat is like really torn on this one as well. Gonna come down to map set, I think.
I was gonna say another improvement. I want to say a person I want to highlight is Kremp too. Kremp, I was a big critic of him Major 3, not only because it's KD, but just he was making a lot of dumbass plays on the map overall. And I was a bigger fan of Joe Deceives, to be honest. But all of a sudden, Kremp now 1.03 looks like he knows what he's doing. He's in sync with the team. He's making big time plays. He's in S&D. You can count on him in respawns. He's coming through. Yeah, I actually like Kremp a lot now. So I give them a big reason, big part of their success is Kremp. But Joe Deceives is lacking. I think Vickle and the boys, Metals and the boys are just the stronger team overall.
Yeah, all right. I'm taking Miami 3-2. We're going with that.
That's it.
A tough one to call.
Fuck you,
but
Trey.
I think I've got a bit more faith. And also, I'm not going to lie, Thieves have just
I'm never
been
wrong,
on
so
this
listen,
year.
I'm just going to be staring everyone down while I'm just sat there like this. Everyone's going to be like, oh, Trey, we're so sorry. We disagreed with you, King. I apologize. I'm just going to sit here and just look at you two. Like, ha, you fucking idiots.
He's done it again.
Jesus
all right.
Christ. What, man? I can't confront the homie? He's a friend. I can say fuck him. He can say fuck me. I don't care. I'm off, man.
What you gonna say? Fuck me for no. Somebody come to my chat today and speak about Vickle's numbers, and I had to slightly say that the role swap for Vickle, you know, he's playing to help his team.
Yeah, he's playing the purge role, kind of.
His team is better with him. Just because he's not slaying, he's doing what's needed for the team and makes his teammates better around him.
Yeah.
Could he be getting more? Could he be getting more kills on the map? Yeah, for sure. Is he losing some ones that he should win? Yeah, for sure. But he's helping his teammates play better. So that's why, like, I tell you guys not to look at so many numbers, etc., etc. This reason alone.
Yeah, and it's a LAN too, so let's keep it in mind that Miami's server cheese is not the best out of. They have issues with ping and stuff like that as well. So keep that in mind too. Let's continue on. Now we have FaZe versus New York. Another possibly hard one to predict depending who you are. I'm gonna say 3-1 New York. New York take the search and destroy, but FaZe close out the hard points.
Oh my god, bloody hell! When you said 3-1 New York. Take the search and destroy. I was like, wait, the way you said it made it sound like you said 3-1 New York.
My
okay.
bad.
Yeah. Now I'm on the same
New York
page.
take the search and destroy. Yes.
I got FaZe 3-0.
3-0.
You think they come out and deliver the smoke? I love a 3-1. You know, I love a 3-1.
I don't think New York look good. By no means.
New York do seem to be the one team though that, like, in this particular. I know that obviously the other teams.
New York's their boogie team.
But... it's a team they feel like they should be, but for some reason, like...
You know what I'm going to tell you guys? You guys are not going to like this one. And chat probably won't like this one. They're going to call me faded. Y'all ready? Something in my balls, something in my bowels, something in my intestines has told me continually, like since the end of Major 2, how the script is setting up, NYSL are going to win champs. Don't know why I feel like this. I just feel this in my heart of hearts, deep in the cerebellum, that NYSL actually are going to be the team to make it all work at Champs somehow. All the things are starting to click. Dante's starting to shoot. Hydra's
They just don't know
I
what
don't
to do.
care.
Hang on,
I'm
hang on.
Delulu as hell. I'm speaking from deep in the cerebellum, deep in the bowels. This is what I'm speaking on right now.
What
I
have
don't wanna
you
hear
watched? What have you watched since
Hydra
Major
is the
One?
best Call of Duty player in the world. Dante's
No.
getting into form. Kiz on land is going to turn into a bulldog. And Skies is going to give him what he needs to give him. At Champs, I have a feeling, right? Quote me now. If this works out, if this happens, everybody owes me an apology and a sub on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Stocksman. Everyone owes me a sub and a fucking... You know what? Then Rab owes me a steak dinner too. You know what? Rab owes me a halal steak dinner too.
Let me ask you a question real quick. What the fuck have you seen since the start of this season to now to where you think things have fucking clicked? They just finished 7th seed.
Don't care.
Right. He's got his stethoscope out, and he put that shit on
by
his
your logic,
balls.
OpTic's gonna
and he
get
was
what a
just
chance.
listening good.
Bottom. They're gonna get top 12 because they got bottom 12 now. What are you trying
No.
to say? You trying to say OpTic's ass? What are you trying to say?
No, I just don't think New York are fucking good.
See, this is the thing, man. It's not about that they're good. It's just I got that feeling they're gonna make it click at Champs somehow. We've seen, bro. Did anyone predict EG to win Champs? Did everyone predict Aches to win Champs that year in World War II?
That fucking bracket, yeah.
He did have an easy bracket. I agree. Trust me, TK was. Trust me, I agree that he had the easiest bracket in the world. It was bullshit. But
I tried throwing for it. It didn't work.
I know, bro. All I'm saying, NYSL, I have a feeling that they're gonna win Champs. I know chat's gonna say everyone hates me and whatever, but like if I said OpTic right now, everyone would be dick riding. I'm just gonna say if I said OpTic, we'd have a whole different feeling in here. I say NYSL, everyone panics.
If you said some dark horse, yeah, for sure. But you just said one of the worst hardpoint teams, a top 4 hardpoint team in the game.
Isn't that weird to say that NYSL is you wouldn't even categorize them as a possible? But if I said a dark horse, like, oh yeah, fucking Legion are gonna come through and do it, I get less pushback than this. This is crazy. This is crazy. Y'all crazy. Out of your minds. Surge, Vegas, Legion. Who do we have here? Another hard one to predict. This is similar to the LAT and Heretics one. Close teams, pretty tough. What do we think here? This is a hard one.
I fear that Legion are fraudulent on LAN. That's my concern. I also have no idea how good Vegas actually are. Like, I genuinely have no idea.
I don't know, Professor X. Why don't you tell me?
Yeah, what do the bulls say?
What do the balls? The balls and the bowels say? What do they both say?
Yeah, give him a rub real quick. What they saying?
I've been honestly, this is the intel I've been receiving. Okay, I've been locking in. I've been asking some
the
people.
intel from the bulls, like
no. This is from people, not from the ball.
Okay.
This is from the people. Okay. The intel is that Virginia server cheese is actually something. It actually causes some problems. Oh, Johnny dropping 1.14s and going crazy and absolutely shitting on people is some BS a little bit here and there. They have players on that side. There is some merit apparently to this Virginia server cheese that's being discussed. I don't know as much as you guys, them on LAN, if it's how much it's going to affect them, how different it's going to be. That ping tool, like Trey said, from other people hearing that, it's an absolute BS tool. It doesn't reflect ping correctly. So Vegas, I'm actually worried about in the sense that this cheese might have actually been making specifically Johnny look way better than what he is. I'm going to go Seattle Surge. I like 04. I think he's a dog. Hook on LAN is an X-Factor player, but Abuza himself has been looking great. I think on LAN, they get it together. They're not playing out of whatever, Seattle or Vancouver, where the hell they're playing from. They're all together in the same room. Vegas at a disadvantage now. Seattle at an advantage. They take it 3-3. I'm going 3-2. 3-2 SC.
Just a quick question. No, go on, Trey. Let's go.
I was going to say, I think Vegas get the advantage, though.
Why?
Because they don't play together.
But, here's the other side, though. 3 of them live nearish to each other, and they're playing on a server that benefits them. And playing against people that are in Texas clearly have stated that they're at a disadvantage. If it was only OpTic saying it, I'd believe it. But I wouldn't believe it. Excuse me. It's only OpTic saying it, I wouldn't believe it. But it's multiple Texas teams saying it, and then even some people who live outside of it I've talked to and said, yeah, it's truly, it feels different playing Johnny or Vegas when it comes to those servers, like in comparison to scrims.
All right, I'll say this. Yeah, I'm not strictly talking about where they're playing online. I'm strictly talking about what they are together. They don't play with each other. They don't play side by side to each other. So there's a better feeling for them when they go to these events. Secondly, they've looked pretty good. Johnny's not a bad LAN player. We've seen him play well. We've seen him, he's played well online. We've seen him in Vanguard. He had a few good matches there. Also, Huke scares me. Huke will win you a series or lose you a series. And it's pretty drastic. Like, I mean, we've watched him, Rab, we've watched him a few times. We're like, what the fuck is he doing?
Mm-hmm.
And it will cost his team the map. I got Vegas 3-1.
Jesus, here we go. We've got to do another tiebreaker from me. Quick question, Ace.
Yeah.
When Vegas played Rocker this weekend, did they play on a Virginia server?
Yes.
That's what I thought. That's what I said going into the day when I predicted the series. That's why I took Legion to win, because it was going to be Virginia server. I'm not surprised if there is some degree of truth to that. I just think fundamentally, from top to bottom, I think that Surge are the superior team.
So 3-2?
I think 3-2. I think 3-2. I don't have as much faith in Legion, I think, to close out. But again, a tough series to call. This will be a bit of a tough one for Vegas as well. Again, I've overruled Trei again here.
I will be here.
I've overruled Trei again. That's kind of funny,
will be here. Okay.
All right, another one I'll have to pick with you. I'll have to pick with you on if there's another time.
You guys know I'm never wrong. So you're gonna sit here and you're gonna be like, shit. Right? I'm gonna be the most irritating prick on that show.
I'll be ready.
And you guys are just gonna have to suck it.
Are they coming to attach this cookout? Nah, you ain't seen the losers bracket yet, Viper.
You're comedy,
and
bro.
Kim in the chat. I've got Vegas making the losers bracket run all the way to the event win.
My bracket's ruined already. My teams don't even make it to losers bracket, so it's short.
So here's the interesting part about this LAG Carolina. Major 3, before the meta change, they lost. Coming back from the split, they beat Carolina 3-2. So what do we think about this losers bracket round 1, LAG versus Carolina Ravens? This is another, again, hard to predict.
I think Ravens lose 3-1.
No way, man.
Wow, that's a big call.
Wow. You know what? I actually kind of like this prediction from Trei.
3-1? You know what? I'll join it. Fuck it. I'll join it. I'm okay with it, actually.
Because I think,
Now, here's why.
All right.
Yeah.
Listen, LAG, stream, before you start roasting me.
They're not roasting you, surprisingly. They're actually pretty, they're 50-50. It's pretty split, not gonna lie.
Listen, all right, before anyone starts roasting me, listen. LAG suck online. Are we all in agreement of that?
Yeah.
Ravens lost to them online in a match they needed to win to secure them a better spot for placing at champs. Now they're in losers bracket against a team they've just lost to online that they had to beat. If they lose that series, they don't make champs. And let me tell you, I have a feeling the nerves are going to be there. Yeah, plus, LAG are historically a better LAN team. I'm scared for Ravens for this one.
I'm scared for Ravens because I'm scared for Clay because there's no fans. There's no excitement.
That's what I'm saying, man. I think it's going to go down as one of the... We talked about it before. As soon as Ravens bottled hosting the event, I'm like... Initially, our reaction was like it might be chalked because they don't get that home crowd thing where Clay gets to come out on stage. It's going to be in the back of their head. And genuinely, Ravens, whenever I think they're going to win, they lose. So I've decided that I'm just going to predict them to lose.
We have Nameless in the chat saying Ravens clear. Ant, you think they clear even with no fans? Notoriously, historically, Clay online, no fans has not been the... most
I just never know what I'm getting from Ravens. This is the issue, right? Like, they show some signs, like they'll come onto a Rio search and they'll absolutely fry on it, like they just smash Boston off the server that OpTic couldn't do. But for some reason, they're a bit of a strange team to predict. And I think we're going to get some very interesting like round one results here.
This is why the only reason I say this: LAG historically a better LAN team with Adama so.
Yeah, that's the one caveat too, because if you take into account with Flames, their last LAN was one match.
Also, looking at it like this, Clay and Fellow historically this year have played better on LAN. With no fans, I don't think they're going to play that well. Also, Gwyn on LAN has been pretty underwhelming this year.
Yeah, it's really to see. I mean, Gwyn, no fans, he might turn up. He might be back in a comfortable place and just be feeling good. No pressure.
Wait, Gorillas might make champs, low key. If they beat Ravens and Gorillas like beat OpTic or some shit, or if Thieves beat OpTic, Gorillas could like. If Gorillas get top 6, they get to 170.
No, man, I seriously think I'm fucking. I really think I'm chefing up. I really do.
Okay, LA Thieves versus OpTic.
This is where we have to make a call as to whether we go with a hot take or whether we don't.
Trey, go ahead, brother.
No. You can all go fuck yourselves. No, I'm good. I'm going to go whatever you guys decide. Yeah, whatever you guys decide, I'm good.
What are we thinking, Ace? Lead us off here.
Because I've got Miami here. So you guys take the floor. Go.
You know what? Here's what I'm going to give you here. I'll be the one to take I'll bear the burden of this, okay? You pussies. I'll bear the burden. OpTic Texas 3-0. Pred Masterclass. Dashy
no way, bro.
No way. Shottzy
this
does
guy's
rings around the rosy around Joe to
huh.
Yeah, buddy. OpTic 3-0. Dan Ghosty still drops a 1.3, but he does it for the L. That's what I'm predicting.
All right, listen. I'm coming in there. Big balls to the wall.
Go ahead. OpTic. Best. Green wall. Woof, woof, woof.
I don't have EU bias. All right, let's get out. I've just seen that in the chat. There is not an EU bias in me. All right, because I've been roasting EU teams all year. Secondly, if there was an event where OpTic get top 12, it would be this one. If OpTic get top 12 at this event, I'm gonna bold prediction here in terms of like fast forward a little bit. If OpTic get top 12 at this event, they will be in the grand finals of champs.
It's an interesting prediction.
If OpTic get top 12, they will be.
Are you predicting like? Are you gonna predict the series result, Trey? Because I'm bad at predict this shit.
Well, I just said if they get top 12, they go. They get second at champs. So, do I want to see OpTic? Do I want to see OpTic in the grand finals of champs? Fuck yeah. Do I want to see them get top 12? Fuck yeah. Interaction levels are on the high. The chat hates us already. So yeah, I got Thieves taking it 3-1.
I'm looking at the last couple of tournaments that OpTic have played in like a similar position where they drop down to losers. They usually have like an easy starter, They're not starting in winners this time. The issue is for them, they ain't got an easy starter. They're going to play either Thieves or they're going to play Miami. And I've got to make a decision. I look at the quality of Call of Duty they played over the last 3 to 4 weekends, and I have to decide, are they going to play a significantly better quality Call of Duty in just a few days' time with about 2 more days of practice? It's possible, absolutely. If their scrims the day before the matches go really well, they'll obviously play on the Thursday as well, because Friday is the day that they play the matches. But can I realistically watch those games, especially what happened this weekend, right? Like after they lost to Vegas, whatever, they lose to Rocket, that was bad. They needed time to regain. They came back the next weekend. They lost to Ravens. They lost to New York. The Boston loss was absolutely unacceptable, and then they got completely slammed out of the park by Toronto. To such an extent that all of the OpTic boys on the watch party chose Toronto to win.
They just lost to Boston.
Yeah, and I know that it's online stuff, and you can say that all day, but this tournament is in many ways not going to feel much different to online COD. So I am taking Thieves to win this one. I've got Thieves 3-1.
3-1? Trey, what'd you say? 3 what?
3-1.
All right, that's not. Hey, chat, remember this and note it down. Notorious OpTic lover and big fan, Ace says, "This is not me. This is these boys, not me. I do not agree with this. Green wall to the fucking moon, bro."
I've also gassed them up saying they're going to be in the grand finals of champs. So take it with a grain of salt. Would you rather this or them get fucking shit on the champs? Listen to me. I'm trying to help you guys out. Just listen. They lost to Boston. It's hard to root for them right now.
I need a boo sound. I need a boo sound on my soundboard because I need just to boo you guys for a little bit.
Also, Ace and Rab, just a little quick sneak peek.
What is? Oh, is that the helmet?
My God, no
Tactical
way.
helmet.
No way. It's a real thing.
Oh, we're about to be
Wait,
crazy,
that's
going crazy
actually
for champs.
fire.
Holy shit, we're going
We are gonna go crazy.
wild. Love
I
it.
honestly do kind of see like Trei's. I kind of get what Trey's saying as well. Though, like if they get slammed here, then I actually could see them having a bit of a bounce back. But like it'll go one of two ways. I think my concern is for OpTic that like it's difficult to see them making it like that far in this bracket regardless. Like I just think there's a genuine chance. I mean, Toronto last year, they came top 12 after losing full. And it's like, I'm just looking at the balance of probabilities, and I'm saying, is it more or less than 50% likelihood that OpTic will be able to like really reinvigorate their form? I think it's less than 50% likelihood for this event.
Let's continue on because we got more bracket, I guess, to lay out here. New York Subliners versus Minnesota Rocker.
Respectfully, Rocker our ass.
I'm biased cheese, so you guys can take this one.
Trey, finish them off.
No, you're good. You take this. I'll fucking power drive them after you're done.
We double team these guys real quick.
Yeah, we'll Eiffel Tower them, you know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Trey. Wow. Nah, so, man, Rocker, they ain't been the best. Yes, they got 3-0 by Vegas or whatever it was, and it might have been Virginia Server Cheese, but, like, these guys don't make any sense. Standy Lins was always going to be a terrible SMG duo. It remains true. New York are going to be better on LAN anyway. Rocker find themselves in a tough bracket. Ever since they made the change, Standy in, we talked about it earlier in the season when we made the change, you know, Standy for Vivid. I was like, these guys, it's not going to end well. I suggested that what they needed to do was drop Standy and get the drop Standy buff near the end of the season. They didn't take my advice, and here they are, probably not going to make champs. So, yeah, I'm taking a clean New York 3-0. Fuck it.
Okay, Trey.
Oh, it's a bad team, innit? Oh, it really is. Standy done his world tour. Goes back to getting slammed. It's so chalked. It's so chalked. Subliners 3-0.
Well,
my bad.
Seems like my prediction doesn't even matter on this show. These motherfuckers have decided for me. Unfortunately, I am done. I would
like to hear your point though. Ace, go for it. Give us this Edam. Give us this mozzarella. Give us this provolone.
3-1 New York.
Rabbit ears.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. See, listen. Anyone in the chat saying they should have dropped Lamar is an absolute just dumbass. You watch their hard points. Watch their hard points to Spart. You saw where Lamar's value is in that. Spart was good at S&D, sure, but it's not that big of a difference from Lamar in terms of S&D. They played some close series, sure, but like this is stupid takes. Just watch the hard point. They had no idea what's going on. Separately, New York is just a more quality team right now. Minnesota's definitely back against the wall. They've lost some critical ones leading up to here. They had the most points since Major 1. They've been like almost over 100 since like Major, I think middle of Major 2. About that. It's been horrendous, honestly. So I'm not a big fan of their chance against New York. If it was a different team, if they got Vegas or let's say LAT or something like that, it would be possible. But I got to keep myself grounded, you know, and not just say some absolute horseshit. So 3-1, New York. That's what I'll give them.
Okay, Vegas versus Boston.
I have something for this. Don't kill the bit. All right, I have something for this one. Shout out to the best, my homie, Austin Litigoat. I got something special just for him sitting by me. The Diet Dr. Pepper.
Wow, I'm jealous.
That's a fucking good drink right there. That's a fucking top-notch drink. Fat Trey was on those.
Diet Dr. Pepper. Guys, I'm going to say this really quick.
I don't know how Trey lost all his weight. He was on that diet shit. You know
bro, I was legit eating 800 calories a day and sipping about 16 of those. It was fucking class.
Yeah. And that's what Trey's...
I'm smoking on that Austin Litigoat slasher pack right now. 3-0, Vegas Legion, Boston Breach to the moonlight. Not going to see MWIII champs. They can keep making their little memes online about how Black Ops 6 is going to be their game. Yeah, keep Snoopy. That shit is not going to be your game either. Bottom 12, bottom 8 to 12. Shit, hopefully you get, I don't know. You all need to figure it out. Major Maniac, have a good series here. Do something good at S&D. Beans, please fry. We need you back in the league. Priesta, you'll be okay. Snoopy, welcome to Challengers. Get your name tag on because you're done for, buddy. Go ahead.
Hey, Rab.
I'm listening.
We could do something hilarious here.
We could. We could do that.
We could do something really fucking funny here. Rab just went on this big rant roasting Boston. And me and you could pick Boston to win.
We could do that.
Just so he has to pick them and his whole rant's flawed because he made the bracket.
Well, okay, that's not. But okay, then you're telling Mama Tat, then you're telling Mama Chat attach in the chat that Vegas are gonna lose to Boston.
I would never do that to Kim. 3-0 Vegas.
Thank you.
3-0 Vegas, lock it in.
Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here, dude.
Okay, Vegas making that losers run.
Vegas are shitting on Boston Breach.
Attach getting that slice at the
Listen,
pie.
we all know Trei. We all know Trey's got the sauce when it comes to making these fucking things.
This is a clear-cut one. Let's go back up to winners now. Winners round 2, Toronto, Miami. This might be the easiest run to winners finals we've seen in a long time. I'm gonna also bet it.
Toronto gonna cook these.
Scrap don't lose. Scrap don't lose to Vickle. 3-0.
That is a good point, man. He's got the Spanish locked up, ready to go.
3-0 or 3-1.
He's got the tu papa, whatever it was.
He was looking like Trey back in the day. Spanish locked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Okay, 3-0.
I don't give him a map.
We'll give them an S&D. The only chance they have is S&D. The chance is S&D.
I think I'm giving them a search. Yeah.
Trey, you want to give them a map or no? No, I'll go 3-0. I'll stick with the 3-0 lock. FaZe Surge. What do we? This is interesting, possibly.
It's like historically, this is like a bit of a bogey series of FaZe, but I don't think in this case, like we've seen enough from teams like Surge in recent times to know that they can be very competitive with everyone below top 4, but like they have a real challenge Surge competing with the teams higher than them. I also think it's because like their search is not that good. Like that's why I genuinely have more faith in Miami to make like a run this tournament if there's going to be a bit of a dark horse run. Is that, you know, that you see the game 5s they lose, right? I know they beat Toronto in a game 5, but like their search and destroy isn't quite good enough Surge to justify them getting like a big upset victory against FaZe. So I just can't really see it.
I've got FaZe winning 3-1, but they lose the first hard point.
FaZe 3-1, they lose the first hard point. I'm not opposed. I'm honestly not opposed.
I think FaZe have this in them where they can lose the first map, but they don't scare me when they lose first map because it's like I said to you, Rab, when they lose first map, they just come back and smoke them 3-0. Like 3-1, sorry. They just went 3 consecutive. I think they lose first map, and then they just slam them.
I'm gonna agree here. No fans, FaZe. I think no fans. This is gonna be FaZe's best event. I mean, ultimately, I'll tell you guys ahead of time. I already kind of exposed him. I think FaZe win this event. Just to be honest.
The thing. This is my comparison. Sorry, this is my comparison between FaZe and OpTic. Is when OpTic starts slow, I'm scared for their series. When FaZe starts slow, I'm not. I still think they win 3-1. When OpTic lose first map, I'm like, oh shit, we could be going to a map 5 here, an absolute fucking grueler. That's where my comparison is with them both.
That's fair. Battle of LA, LAG versus LAT.
This is kind of crazy. I gotta lie, because if this happens, which is possible, this is like a world championship. Okay, at this point, to be fair, Thieves will already be at 180, so they'll already be in.
Yeah, LAG are fighting for their spot now.
Yeah, Gorillas could if Gorillas win this series, they actually make it.
They make
in
champs.
This crazy bracket.
If they win this in our bracket, if they win this, they are 170 champs made. What do we think?
I've got Thieves. I'm thinking Thieves.
Historically, don't LAG usually beat these?
They do.
Yeah,
but
that's like, I don't like that. That's when we talk about cheese, that's fucking mozzarella provolone. That's like the worst. Historically, they did this.
LAT are on a roll. LAT are on a roll. They're my dogs this event.
I think respectfully, I can't pick Thieves to beat OpTic and then lose to Gorillas. Like that's like
Nah,
too
that would be
disrespectful to
that would be
OpTic. You know
classic
what I mean?
Thieves though.
It would be classic Thieves, yeah. I agree.
So LA Thieves 3-0, 3-1, 3-2.
I think 3-2. I think close series.
Trey.
I got 3-1. I think they lose control.
I'll hit 3-1. I'm agreeing with this 3-1. Okay, New York, Vegas Legion. This to me is another one hard to call actually.
Let's not forget what happened online, baby.
They're similar setup of players, right?
Vegas 3-0 slammed that shit.
Yeah, kill whore players, inefficient players, or inefficient COD on both sides, but they're playing the same game against each other. LA, you know, we're talking about Virginia Cheese. This was another series where we heard about the Virginia Cheese happening for NYSL. Does the same thing happen when it comes to LAN for Vegas Legion? Do they come out on top 3-0?
Do I rate LA? Do I rate Vegas this good?
Wait, Rubik's a crazy pissma hater. Vegas 3-2. I think Bulldog drops a 0.3. Oh dear me.
I'm calling.
We got Tom Cena coming in. This might be the worst bracket I've ever seen. Is that because we've got OpTic losing?
Yeah, I don't know. These
when we win the 100 grand to get in the perfect bracket, you better be ready.
Tom Cena might be the biggest OpTic lover of all time.
I say Legion. Oh no, I say Subliners 3-2. It's good, and I don't say that confidently. I just think this is going to be a grueler series that goes to a MAT5. That's all. I'm not sure who wins it, but I think New York, just because their strength in S&D particularly, take this to a MAT5. And why does Rab's face look so disgusted right now? I don't know why he looks so like he smelled some shit like that was just really bad.
I was just thinking, dude.
It looked like it's like he started stanking in his room or something.
Unfortunately, for me, I think this is where Vegas's tournament comes to an end. I think Hydra comes out with a fucking vengeance and just slams them.
3-0?
I said Hydra slams them. I didn't say the team slams them. I think it's a possible 3-2.
Okay. We have 2 3-2s, but
let's take a 3-2 to New York. I mean, I also agree with that.
I'm also not opposed to Vegas winning because of.
But in our bracket, I think Vegas still make champs here, right? Because in this bracket, Rocket don't make it, Gorillas don't make it, Ravens don't make it, and Boston don't make it. So in this bracket, Vegas at 165 will still make it.
They'll get the 8th spot.
Even if they lose this series, they'll get the 8th spot.
Winners finals.
So we did give Attach's piece of the pie for Kim, even though we predict them losing.
Winners finals. We have Toronto versus FaZe. This is
I can't wait for this
serious one
because it's gonna happen.
Serious event here. Our serious matchup here. I'm going FaZe on this new patch is something special, man. I think there's something special on the new patch. I think it's benefited them a lot. I think the subs getting their mid-range buff is helping out, the subs overall. Draws is getting some good kills. Hell's getting some good kills. I think we see a 3-1 Atlanta FaZe masterclass. They take down Ultra. Do we agree, panel? Do we agree?
I think I'm going to take FaZe 3-2. It's been an interesting stage for FaZe because Simp has actually been quite underwhelming compared to what you'd normally expect from him. And I think in some sense that's a pretty scary thing because I don't think Simp is going to continue performing at this level. Cell this stage only had a 1.13, which is like really low for Cell. And they still looked really good and probably would have beaten Ultra if not for the propane cheese. So in my opinion, FaZe is still the team to beat right now. They're still the team that I have the least concerns with, certainly on a Saturday game. Championship Sunday, bit of a different story. But and I think their Search and Destroy is probably just better than Ultra's at the moment. So I think, FaZe 3-2 is going to be my take.
I love how we're saying Simp has fallen off or something, but he still has a 1.080 overall, highest Slayer rating on their team. Second most damage on the squad, 1.38 in Search. Second highest First Bloods, Control 1.01. Second in their kills, first in their damage. This is Simp falling off, by the way. This is Simp falling off a 1.08. So to me,
I've got
That's just clear cut that FaZe are just ridiculous right now. Absolutely ridiculous.
I've got Ultra beating FaZe.
Oh crap, bro.
I mean, as Seti says in the chat about Clinics and Insider, we did talk about that earlier. The
I
fact
got
that
Ultra beating.
so well.
I got Ultra
That's his
beating FaZe
insight.
3-1, and then I got FaZe taking the event.
Okay, but so me and Rab have this 3-2, so we're gonna take the 3-2 because you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're at the disadvantage here. It is what it is. But
That's a
again,
double point series as well. Bang.
I mean, Ultra have not lost a FaZe on LAN, if I'm not mistaken, right, this year?
Yeah, they have not.
Yeah, but this is fake LAN. It don't count.
This is fake
From the
LAN,
fan
that's true.
score, this is fake LAN.
The only fan is gonna be in the corner. Woo! That's
Yeah.
the only fan that's there, bro. I'm gonna be there just chilling and doing interviews and cheering when people win. That's what's gonna be. Seattle Surge, LAT, another interesting series. Losers round 3. LAT or Surge?
Ooh.
We could be quick.
We
could be quick on this one.
Spicy one. I mean, I'm down. I'm taking Thieves 3-2. Run it up.
I'm taking Thieves 3-0, actually.
Wow. Look at this. The chat is mind blown with us right now.
We're giving Thieves a bit too much credit right
I think
now.
we may be a little bit out of control.
Listen, all right.
They said I hated them a second ago. Now I'm giving them too much credit. What's happening here?
Listen, they've won one fucking series on LAN all year, all right? Chill the fuck out.
We've
gave them enough fucking points. They've made champs, fellas. Surge beating them 3-1.
Okay,
Rab, do I change your mind or do I double down?
Do you take it back or no?
Nah, I'm standing on business, baby. Thieves are running up.
Fuck you, 3-2 up. 3-2.
Facts. LAT dark horse run.
Listen, you guys are trying to make a fucking unbelievable bracket. I respect it, but listen, when all my shit comes in, you guys have to deal with me. All right, I'm gonna be the most.
This fucking dickhead says LAT beats OpTic 3-1. He's talking about we're trying to make the crazy one. That's
because
OpTic
just finished 1-6, and Kenny's tweeting out that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Pretty much, read the room.
This is OpTic Gaming, not Boston fucking Breach, smoking on that slasher pack.
They just lost to Boston Breach. OpTic just took Boston Breach.
I don't care.
Boston Breach just took OpTic coin. That's crazy,
bro. OpTic was donating to charity. This fucking they were donating. They were being nice guys, man. They were helping people make champs. Okay.
Listen. I'm letting you know I'm gonna be an.
They're helping their friends make champs,
letting you know this right now. I'm gonna be an unbearable prick.
I can't wait.
Okay, man. All right. Next one we got Heretics subliners. I think this is gonna be bad.
Miami 3-0.
Jesus Christ, bro. Rab just saying horseshit, bro. Rab just saying absolute caca bullshit. We really just hate our bracket, huh? It's just bracket, huh?
I mean, I'm drawn it a bit, to be fair. But like, I'm now looking at this bracket, and I'm thinking like, I'm looking at this shit, and I'm thinking like, am I really gonna take New York to make it to losers finals? I mean, probably they're the better team. I think there's gonna be some upset here. There's got to be some upset somewhere. Like, I don't think New York are making it all the way to.
Fucking hell! Look at the bracket. It doesn't get more upset than that, Rab. Fucking hell, Jesus.
Yeah, I think I'm fucking
we're fighting for this, bro.
Listen. It's a Hydra clinic again.
Yeah. Okay. I was 3-1ing it. They lose the first hard point. They take over the rest of it.
I low key think it's going to be 3-2 though.
But still
subliners. New York, typical.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll agree with the fine. I think 3-1. We'll take this. All right. So
good work, Miami. You made champs. Congrats.
All right. Here's what we got. LAT, New York. I think New York take this still.
I mean, they just swept their shit online, but I agree.
Yeah, I think once they watch this back, I think
my delusion ends here.
I think your delusion should have ended fucking two rounds ago, to be honest with you, but that's just me. I don't know what they're fucking saying.
I think your guys' delusion should have ended right here. I think this is crazy. I think all this is crazy. I think this entire elimination round 1, top half of the bracket, 9 and 12, is delusional. I think this is all delusional right here. But
Ace, this is your shit. New York start making a losers run all the way to the Olymp finals. That sets them up for their world championship dub.
No, I think they're gonna win champs. That's my delusion, not this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It sets them up nice.
All fucked up. There you go. All right, so we have we have Atlanta in grand finals. We have Toronto, New York for elimination for losers finals. I think we all agree here. Toronto, take it. Toronto, make this push.
3-0.
3-0 Toronto.
Yeah.
Smoke show.
3-1.
Yeah,
I
3-1,
got New York.
3-1.
I got New York taking the control.
I got New York taking the Surge. I like New York Surge.
I got them taking a half point.
New York Surge is really good. No, Rap, stop trying to be stop trying to do this, bro. Hipster ass fool. Stop this. Control, Surge, hard point. We got all three of them covered now. Like, no, what are we doing here? Grand finals, FaZe, Toronto, best of 7. I already said what I said. FaZe, this is FaZe's event. No fans, no pressure, just COD straight up in the bedroom. FaZe is the best team there. I think it's a win.
Best team in the bedroom.
COD in the bedroom, not cock in the bedroom.
I mean,
COD in the bedroom.
low key, I don't know where we keep saying this from though. Like the last time this happened, they weren't the winners of it.
Doesn't matter. That's why that's the last time versus this time. Different meta, different game.
Please never win if they go undefeated. This time they didn't go undefeated. They lost. So, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see potentially something different. I mean, it's tough to say either way, but like we made the point on the show, I made the point that I think this FaZe team that they formed this year is better than the team they had in Cold War. I just think the competition was less that year. And at the time, I said, I think they're going to win 2 of the last 3 events. They didn't win the last one. So until proven otherwise, I'm sticking with it. That in this scenario, I think also FaZe's weaknesses are slightly less exposed here. Maybe like the weaknesses that they maybe do have sometimes in terms of, Championship Sunday, maybe the pressure, maybe their communication, some of these other things. I think that's a lesson to some degree in this fake LAN environment. So I've got FaZe 4-2 grand finals.
FaZe's only weakness is one map. It's called sub base.
They're good at it now.
They're not even that good at it, bro. That's their one.
They beat Ultra on it though.
Whatever. That's their one weakness in my mind. If they don't get sub base, 4-2 Atlanta FaZe, take major 4, and that's their second piece of the pie. Both the majors that have had the least amount of fans at them, I think that's their dubs.
No way.
Major 2, major 4.
Wow. You might have cooked actually.
Trey, any disagreement here?
No, I just stated that to you there, like prior. Like I said, I think Ultra beat FaZe, and then FaZe won the finals.
Can I save these? Oh, I can save them right here?
Yeah, this is your pick'ems for the event.
Oh, nice. Let's go.
Yeah, get that shit locked in.
Yeah, I'm pissed because, I'm not going to win this shit because these fucking assholes decided to pick some dumb shit in the round 1. I got OpTic losing.
I think our bracket is
1.
actually goated on God. Dead ass.
Look at this. Look at it. They got Rocker. They got Rocker losing to NYSL. Stupid idiots. They got Boston Breach losing to Vegas. Idiots. OpTic losing to LAT. Idiots. Ravens losing to LAG. Idiots. My God.
I mean, someone came in earlier saying they've got OpTic getting top 4, so they're happy that we done something different. And I think ours isn't. Well, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it. I'm gonna do my own one, do a tweet, and I'm gonna fucking win that shit. I'm gonna win 100 grand, and you're gonna be fucking on my cock.
Mm-hmm.
And Rab's gonna be like, "Oh, Trey, can you pay for the private jet to Riyadh?" I'm like, "No."
You cheap bastard.
Fuck you. Get your own.
Yeah, you cheap bastard. What the fuck?
You can pay. How about you pay me
to
go there?
No, like to be.
Rent a seat on your plane. I like that.
To be fair, I think chat likes to troll us obviously and stuff, but I'm gonna keep it a $150, like an absolute $150. We're the only show that you can get unadulterated the truth of what we believe. The breakdown's not telling you OpTic's getting top 12. The flank
like you look at the other bracket predictions, you're gonna see OpTic getting top 4 bare minimum. But it's like, there is genuinely a good chance that doesn't happen. So like someone's got to reflect it.
I'm saying there's I'm saying there's literal bias though. The breakdown, the flank, there's literal bias of who they want to win and who they have winning, who needs to be in the top 3. We're the only one that have no real association. Even me against my own blood has said 3-1 he's gonna lose. I'm facing reality. So You guys can hate as much as you want about the OpTic stuff. If we talk too much about them or too little or whatever, or we're deriding, I'm deriding a rocker, but we're unadulterated here. We just keep it $150 and say the truth. That's what makes Dope Check great. That's what makes Breaking Point great. You don't get none of the cheese. We just let you guys hit it. We hit the truth on nail on the head. This is our prediction. FaZe is going to be the winner of Major 4 against Toronto in the grand finals. That's what it's going to play out. That's what it's going to be. Before we go, though, but about almost 3 hours. We've been live, but the show will be about 2.5 hours, so we've kept it right about where we want to. Trey and Rab, any final thoughts before we hit out Major 4, right? This is Monday, where Major 4 starts on Thursday. I'll be in LA at the Major. I'll be there on Media Day on Wednesday doing some interviews, getting you guys some content. Make sure you follow the Breaking Point YouTube and Twitter and all the other socials, Instagram. You'll see some of the interviews and stuff from the event. But we'll be doing a watch party a few of those days, a pre-show and a watch party. They'll be in the UK. I'll be somewhere in LA handling business. But any final thoughts before we get into Major 4? Let me know.
Listen, I want this. I want the same energy in this chat the next time, the next dope check we do. If OpTic get fucking slammed, I want the same people in here apologizing. If OpTic don't get slammed, we'll apologize to you. I want the same energy. All right.
Most just all you want. I'm down.
Just know if OpTic get top 12 or top 8, which I still think's a bad showing from them, you will be getting roasted, and I expect you guys to be in there accepting the roast the same way. And listen, I think if they don't make finals, that's still a bad showing from them. Let's be honest, right? Are we all in agreement?
Top 3, yeah. If it's not top 3 or top 4, bad showing.
Listen,
they are the defending champs at the end of the day.
Yes, they are. Okay.
That's my thing. You guys stand on business, we'll stand on business. But make sure your business is
make sure you're consistent with your business.
Just make sure your business is here when I'm fucking right.
There you go. Rab?
Looking forward to getting down to the business end of the season. This is when all the storylines come together. Everything we've seen all year coalesces at this moment. We're going to find out which teams are going to make it to the World Championship. And I'm just buzzing to see it. You get to be there in person. Ace, excited for you. We're going to be remote doing what we can. The time zones are going to be not funky, but just because it's in LA, they're not starting the games at 1:30 Eastern like they normally do. They're starting them all at 3 Eastern. So it's an hour and a half behind what usually happens for majors. So yeah, it's going to be late in Europe, let's just say that. But at the end of the day, who cares? Because there's going to be some great cards. Unfortunately, there's no fans, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. We're going to do as many... we'll do pre-shows, I'm pretty sure, for like no matter what. But the watch party for them, it's plus 8 hours. So like a game at 5 o'clock is them at like 1 a.m. So it's going to be really, really tough to get them on the entire day. We'll do everything we can, though. Guys, Dope Check episode 26. Like, comment, subscribe. We asked the question earlier. If you got to the end of the video, we appreciate you. But who is the biggest flop of the 2024 year so far? If you can answer that question, throw it in the comments below. We'll get to it next week. We'll see some of the top.
Biggest flop on Dope Check today. I want to see.
Today? I'm talking about the league. You're talking about
Ace or Trey.
I like that. I like that. Yo, type in the chat real quick. Who is the biggest flop on Dope Check today? Go.
Okay, it's obviously Slim Shady or Tactical Doofus right here. Okay? Don't start with me.
I don't need to say shit.
What the fuck? All right, listen.
Tactical Schlong always cooking.
Tactical Helmet, Tactical Schlong, Tactical Producer. We got all of them, man. Listen. We appreciate you guys so far. I can't believe it's Major 4 already. It seems like yesterday we got on the show together. We were handling business, all three of us. We appreciate you for the support. We love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. We'll see you guys this weekend. Me live at Major 4. I'll be giving you guys the insight. I might even turn on the stream, honestly, while I'm walking through the venue if they allow me to, so I can kind of walk around, show you guys live on Dope Check pre-show what's going on in the venue inside, get you an exclusive, haha, wink, wink, exclusive podcast, exclusive, you know what I'm saying? We're getting the exclusive at Major 4, only through Breaking Point, only through Dope Check. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys hopefully next week on Monday for Dope Check episode 27, the follow-up of the Major. And thank you guys. Love you. See you next week and see you this weekend at Major 4 on the watch party. Later, y'all.
Peace out, boys.